are bringing down trees and power lines. For this tow truck driver in Milford, Connecticut,
I've been doing this since about midnight tonight. Mostly people whose batteries won't start. They can't get in their car because of the ice and, a lot of winch outs.
At least a foot of snow has fallen in Atlantic City. CBS News Philadelphia reporter Madeline Wright is there.
We've seen several people slipping and sliding over the road, and there have been several minor accidents, according to the emergency operations chief. The cleanup is likely to take several days, and officials say this is going to probably go down in history as one of the worst storms that Atlantic City has faced.
It has been a mess at some airports due to the blizzard and unrest south of the border. KCBS reporter Mike DeWald.
Despite a somewhat messy flight board, the terminal at SFO not seeing the same chaos. Airport spokesman Doug Gakel says airlines are already canceling flights Tuesday to New York, Philadelphia, and Boston.
The change here is getting more proactive about this.
Meanwhile, a shelter-in-place warning remains in Mexico for American tourists following the killing of a prominent cartel leader. That's impacted flights. This traveler in Nayarit says she's not sure whether to stay put.
Or if I need to try to come back as soon as possible.
Mike DeWald for CBS News, San Francisco.
Former WBBM AM Chicago anchor Pat Cassidy is among those stuck in Puerto Vallarta watching as fires and smoke clouded the skyline.
It was scary, and information was scarce at first, and we were locked down. They told us to stay put. The resort said, don't leave the resort. It's dangerous out there. And we did. And we've been here since Sunday, so about 24 hours.
Nick Reiner pleads not guilty to killing his parents, Rob and Michelle, last December. His preliminary hearing is tentatively scheduled for April 29th. President Trump says he's raising his global tariffs from 10% to 15% after the Supreme Court determined most of his other levies are illegal. Pushback and possible retaliation from some of America's biggest trading partners over the new tariffs.
I'm Vicky Barker in London. A spokesman for Britain's Prime Minister says no reciprocal action is off the table if the U.S. doesn't honor its previous tariff deal, which was more favorable to the U.K., adding, quote, no one wants a trade war. And the EU has put its U.S. tariff deal on hold in response to Trump's new declaration of 15% tariffs.
It's the first day of trading since the tariffs developments, and the markets are down. CBS News business analyst Jill Schlesinger.
Some investors are fearful that the tariff uncertainty will bring another wave of uncertainty throughout the economy. Others not so sure.
The Dow is down almost 830 points. This is CBS News.
Looking for spring jewelry looks? Find them at Jewelry Television. New customers get $20 off purchases of $99 or more at jtv.com.
A new cannabis study raises concerns for young adults. Details coming up. But first, KIRO News Radio traffic. Not a whole lot going on out there. That's great news. Bothell, though, we do have a disabled vehicle. It's eastbound 522, just past that 405 overpass, and it's in your right lane. A Revive I-5 back up northbound through Seattle starts closer to 520 now. 5 to 6 minutes to get through this, but once you do, it's wide open. South 5 now looking good. Now, due to low tides, the Port Townsend-Coupeville ferry route is canceling their 12:30 departure coming up out of Port Townsend and the 1:15 out of Coupeville. And again, we've got big backups to the Agate Pass Bridge today and through Friday as crews are conducting their annual bridge cleaning. So this is going on between 9 and 2 through Friday. Plan on 20 to 30 minute delays. Seeing pretty good sized backups right now. This could affect your Seattle to Bainbridge ferry drivers as well. This traffic brought to you by KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
And good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. A sobering new study finds that teenagers who use cannabis are more likely to be diagnosed with serious mental health conditions as young adults. KIRO 7's Dee Dee Sun has more.
Using cannabis at a young age can lead to serious psychiatric disorders later on in life. That's according to a new study published in JAMA Health Forum. It found that the rates of psychotic, bipolar, depressive, and anxiety disorders were all much higher in adults who used cannabis as teenagers.
Some experts describe the findings as very worrying and say early use may not be as harmless as many think. Violence across parts of western Mexico continues after the leader of that country's most powerful drug cartel, known as El Mencho, was killed over the weekend. Right now, flights out of SCA to many vacation destinations there are being canceled. One of the larger resort cities in the area, Puerto Vallarta, is a popular vacation spot this time of year for families here in the Pacific Northwest. Christina Saborin tells KIRO 7 TV she's sheltered in place at a resort.
There was some people that were supposed to leave today, and they're still here. We're safe. We're okay. We're not worried right now. Of course, I love everybody. I've got a lot of people messaging me, asking me if we're all safe, and right now, yes, we are.
The airport in Puerto Vallarta is closed right now. There is no word on how many Americans will be evacuated. Washington's Democratic lawmakers can't agree on how to close the budget gap. The Senate and House each released their own spending plans yesterday. Both proposals bank on a so-called millionaire's tax, a new levy on income over $1 million. The Senate budget would spend about $79 billion and tap $750 million from the rainy day fund. The House version is slightly bigger at $79.9 billion with an $880 million draw from reserves. According to the Seattle Times, lawmakers are under pressure for rising costs for Medicaid, public schools, and childcare. The economy isn't helping either. Job growth has slipped below 1%. And now your KIRO News Radio weather, cloudy and 50 this afternoon. Tomorrow starts off morning showers, mainly in the south end, with a high around 48. And then Wednesday, much like today, morning showers, cloudy all day with a high near 50. Our overnight lows this week near 40. We're at 48 and cloudy over downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Behold, a fiendish masterpiece from the bowels of hell! Mondays, for I hate Mondays. They make me so steamed. Weekends! I go for the weekends!
Son of a... Welcome to the show. Happy Monday.
You just really live that mentality.
I'm getting excited.
You do, man.
I love Mondays.
Yeah,
I get so excited. My wife, I wake up super early, like really early, and I drink my coffee and my creatine.
You say, bye!
And I say, good morning, wife. Okay. And she goes, leave me alone. I'm trying to sleep. Because I get up at 5 a.m. That's my morning.
Yeah, I've gotten your
texts. I'm ready to go. You get my texts. Some of them are not safe for work.
You wake me up at 7 with your notifications.
Do I?
You're officially my alarm clock.
That
at 7.
Wakes you up?
Yeah. Hey,
I'm both pleased and disappointed. Why is that waking you up?
Some of us already got the kids out of the house.
Oh, okay.
Okay, some of us put our time in.
So you get to. That's fair.
Yes,
that's fair. Yeah. Okay, that makes sense.
That's my neighborhood. Look at that. Yeah.
Guys, we have a Dynamite show. A lot of great stuff we're going to be talking about. Okay, what's going on right now? I just want to start real quick, an aside before we jump into first things first, and a quick aside. All the stuff happening down Mexico way right now in Puerto Vallarta. Is that Guadalajara area? Is that what that technically is?
I believe it is, yes.
Okay.
Yes. I'm no expert, but I have
a lot of wild stuff happening down there. We have one of our coworkers here literally just got off of a cruise, just returned from a flight from a cruise in Puerto Vallarta. And he missed it by days. Literally, as he's back in the airport, he sees it's happening. And it's crazy. That's Charlie Harger I'm talking about from Seattle's Morning News. Because last week, for many of us, was winter break.
Midwinter.
Midwinter?
Midwinter break. Yeah,
midwinter break.
Yeah.
They can't get enough from Christmas break, and spring break is no longer good enough. Now they need a midwinter break. But midwinter break. And so a lot of people locally here choose to seek sunnier conditions, which would be Mexico. That's a quick flight. And crazy what's happening down there right now. And there's a lot of implications about World Cup because they're supposed to host 4 matches.
That's right.
Specifically
in that region.
Guadalajara.
Yeah.
So we'll talk about all that. Charlie's going to join us just a little bit. We'll talk about all that. And we got some audio and just really bizarre stuff. You're watching the news. Very surreal if you can imagine yourself.
Travel advisories, federal travel
sheltering
advisories.
In place.
Sheltering in place, people who are still there.
U.S. government is telling people to shelter in place. Like, do not go back to your airport because number one, you're not going to get a flight out.
Well, yesterday, most folks who were still there for midwinter were scheduled to fly out on Sunday. Those flights were canceled. They were alerted again this morning. Flights are again canceled.
Yeah.
As you mentioned. Shelter in place, like don't leave your hotel.
Yes.
Don't go out in the streets.
So scary.
Armed gang members, no other way to refer to them. Right. From what I've heard so far, I haven't heard of any civilian deaths.
Not civilian, but I did see that 25. I believe 25. Basically, the
federales
version of National Guard in Mexico were killed during this, and it's horrible. The whole thing is horrible.
And it's all in retaliation to the Mexican government taking out the kingpin.
Yeah,
the largest cartel leader.
Yes, yeah. The story is just wild. So we'll get into that in just a little bit. Also, speaking of hunkering down
and not traveling,
all the flights. If you're on the Eastern Seaboard and you plan on traveling in the next couple of days, poor planning, bad timing, just bad luck. Because they have thousands of flight cancellations. We'll get into that in just a couple minutes. Because, Spike, we have some pictures we're going to share here.
I have very good friends who are right in the middle. From the East Coast. And my friends got almost 20 inches of snow, maybe a mile west of him.
Crazy. And don't show these. I want to tease people ahead so they have to come back.
My buddy got 12 inches of snow at his place, and he lives literally on the beach.
Wild.
And literally a mile to the west, the heaviest band of blizzard conditions hit 20 inches.
Crazy.
of snow. New York got it worse. They shut the entire city down. A state of emergency declared by the mayor. Laura's grandparents.
We'll get into all this in a minute.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Are we talking about it right now?
Sorry,
no. We got to wait.
That's
wait.
fine.
2 more minutes.
Because there's the first thing to talk about here.
The first thing is first.
And I got to respect that.
We got to respect that. Okay. Yep. First thing is first is I was at a party this weekend and met a lot of people who love the show, which was really great and really nice. And one guy in particular that I met I'm going to have him on I told him, I got his phone number. I'm going to bring him on the show. His name is Mario. Mm-hmm. He's 81 years young.
Oh, wow.
And he is currently a sideline photographer for the Seattle Sounders. And he is like one of the most...
Still? At 81?
Still. And he still plays soccer daily.
That's the magic right
That's
there.
That's how you stay fit, is you eat good foods and you keep moving around. I'm going to get him on the show.
You can eat bad foods if you keep moving around.
You're going to love this guy.
I can't wait.
He's like... He's a movie character. He's like one of the most charming individuals you've ever met. So Beautiful. We'll get him on the show. But here's what I really actually want to start with. This is now we're officially starting. 6 minutes into the show. Official start. Go. State lawmakers. You can read about this. MyNorthwest.com has some stuff on it. I picked this piece up over at KOMOnews.com. You know how much I hate them spending our money. When they're taking more and more of our money, and then they keep whining and complaining and saying, "Oh, we need more money. We don't have money. We need more of your money." They're not really even asking for it. They're just telling you we're going to take it. If they were asking for it, they'd put it up for a vote, but they won't because they just want to take your money. State lawmakers have released a supplemental budget because of they looked down the road and they said, "Hey, you know what? We have some spending deficits." They have increased spending by a chunk, like $1.5 billion for the biennium. $1.5 billion. They've increased it, and it was already. I think Ferguson's projected or his proposed budget was $79.3 billion.
Right.
This would put it over $80 billion. This would now be $80.1 billion or something like that. That's a lot of money, and they're just asking for more of it. And the question is, are people happy about this? I have a reaction from the crowd, actually. I went out and asked people. I said, "Hey, can you guys all gather together?"
Was this the same party you met Mario at?
This is the same party.
Okay.
I said, "Can you guys all gather?" I saw this ahead of time.
These are taxpayers you're talking to.
Of course.
You got to ask taxpayers.
I gathered a lot of taxpayers together. And I said, "How do you guys feel about them increasing the budget and also asking for not asking, but taking the millionaire's tax and introducing an income tax in our state? What do you guys think about this?" This was their response. Collectively, it put a real dour note on the party, which was for a surprise party for a lovely gentleman.
Oh, that's the last thing you want to hear when you're walking in the front door.
Happy birthday!
Before he comes in the front door, real quick, new taxes. What do you
guys think of new taxes? You can tell how much fun I am at a party. Boo! Boo! We don't like it. Boo! What do you think about this, Spike? Senate proposes 1.74. There's a great breakdown by Ryan Frost over at the Washington Policy Center, and he breaks down where they're asking for more money and where they're going to take money from, like rainy day funds, and where they're going to take it from pension funds and all things like that. Wouldn't it be smarter if they just said, "Hey, guess what we should do? Like right now, when we're proposing all these new taxes and we're trying to like shove these things down people's throats, what if just for a short time, just as a gimmick, what if we just didn't spend more money than they gave us to begin with?" Would that be so crazy?
It's a solid plan.
I think it's a solid plan.
It is. They did make cuts.
Not enough.
I agree.
3 to 6% cuts they tried to make a few places, and that's just not enough.
Well, but we have this conversation somewhat regularly.
Mm-hmm.
Where else do you cut?
Everywhere.
I got a listing of stuff they cut. Right.
Yep.
They cut working connection childcare.
Okay.
Right. They're cutting the connection that gives families child care assistance
by what, $400 million or something?
By $800 million.
$800 million.
They total because this is the latest budget proposed just yesterday.
Okay.
They eliminated single day payments.
That's also something.
A lot of the stuff they did was eliminating. People would go show up for one day and get a month's worth of credit.
Sure.
So they took care of some fraud, waste, and abuse, which I'm really happy about.
That working thing, tax credit thing you're just talking about, though. It is important to note that. That's part of one of the things that Ferguson is using to try to sell the millionaire's tax. He's saying, well, we can fill some of these holes by taking money from other people and giving it to other people. But go ahead.
They cut single-day payments. I mentioned that one a second ago. They're actually basing payments on enrollment or attendance rather than enrollment, which is some of the fraud stuff we've heard around the country.
Yeah, totally.
Right. So they're making smart decisions on this stuff. They've cut transition to kindergarten funding, which is a food assistance program. They're cutting higher education funding. They're cutting
great.
They're cutting tax
Start
breaks.
there. We've talked about this.
I'm with you.
Cut a lot of higher education funding. Why are our state universities charging so much money?
I'm with you.
Why are they forcing kids to take ridiculous classes?
Well, they did make it a 1% reduction, but speaking
1%.
I know. Well, I'm with you.
1%.
They could go deeper. I'm with you. They could go deeper.
20.
They cut tax breaks. These I like. They cut tax breaks to data centers.
Okay.
For data center equipment. These people are printing money in the data center business.
Printing
money. They get tax
illegal
credits to do
last
that.
time I checked.
They're cutting tax breaks for prescription drug warehousing and reselling.
Okay.
Because these are folks that are making money.
Okay.
Selling people drugs at a much higher price than they should be spending.
And all of this adds up to a 3 to 6% budget cuts in different places. Is that right?
I'm not sure. 3%. Yeah, it was $2.4 billion. Yeah, so your number's pretty, for percentage-wise, right on the money. Yeah.
Here's the thing. Do you know what the budget was? I'm not even going to go back 10 years, but do you know what the budget was in our state in 2019?
You know what it was on Friday? Don't go back that far.
Right.
Let's rein back the clock 72 hours.
They grow it by 1.5. This is the thing. It has grown so much. So when they complain about saying, oh, we cut 3 to 6% across different areas, as if that's something that we should be patting them on the back for, here's how much the state budget has grown since 2019. This will be a fun game. We do some guessing games sometimes. You guys are new to the show. Sometimes Spike will guess, and he guesses. He loves public workers and he loves public officials.
I do. I love.
He believes in politicians.
Yeah.
I'm cynical of them all.
I believe that they're in the business of doing good. That's their intent. That's their mission statement.
I think the people who work, let's say Washington State Ferry System, the low-level workers, I do think those people are in the business of doing good. Teachers, for the most part, some of them are no good and they should be easier to fire. That's a thing that I believe. But mostly, I think they're there doing good work.
Yeah.
The higher ups, I don't believe that that's always true.
The layer of bureaucracy.
All the bureaucracy, ridiculous.
Yeah.
But here's what our state budget was in 2019. So when they're telling you that they deserve some sort of a high five,
an attaboy
for trying to make some cuts. In 2019, our state budget was. Do you want to take a guess? Would this be fun or no? You don't have to.
7 years ago? It's a biennial?
2019, yeah.
35 billion.
No, that'd be very low.
Oh, okay.
Right now, it's the proposed budget for this 25 to 27 is it was 79. Now it's been upgraded to 80 something.
Right.
So the budget in 2019 was $52 billion.
Okay. They didn't double it since then. Okay.
It's a 66% increase. They have gotten a 66% increase. Now, I'd like you to ask yourself, name a business out there or name an individual who has upped their spending by 66%.
John Curley.
Aside from John Curley.
Okay, fair enough.
He lives a very lavish lifestyle.
He deserves every penny.
And he does very well for himself. Yeah, but you know what? I don't fault somebody who does it on their own because that's their own money.
That's our point.
When they're taking somebody else's money, then we all have an interest in saying, no, this is ridiculous, and we should all be booing them, which is, again, this is a live sound from the party that I took the other day. It's not live sound, but 66% since 2019.
By the way,
66%.
happy birthday, John. Happy birthday, buddy. Yeah, sorry about the booze. It wasn't for you. No,
imagine
that.
66%. It's grown since 2019.
Yeah.
I don't know how you can make those justifications. Not you. Local lawmakers, and then they want to say like, oh, we just can't cut any other possible areas. Well, the problem is that you've like ballooned this thing up to such ridiculous proportions. 66% increase in 6 years is wild. Wild. And to then complain that you just have nowhere else to cut, and so you're actually increasing your spending, this is how we get to where we're at. This is it right here. And there's a debate that's going to happen. We'll get to other stuff in a minute. There's a debate that's going to happen in the House tomorrow on the income tax that's being introduced. More than 100,000 people, most in state history, have signed in to say they're against this. I think there's like 7,000 or something that have signed in saying they're for it. So 92% of people who have signed in to that bill telling the local legislature, we don't want this. This is a bad deal. You need to get your house in order before you start affecting our houses.
Do you honestly think it's going to affect legislators?
Do I think it's going to?
93% of the people who are going to speak are against this plan. Do you think it's going to have any sway?
You know what? I do. Here's the reason I think so. I did not intend on that being the main topic of conversation when I met people at this party.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't know what I did for a living. They don't know that we talk about this stuff all the time. Some of them did, and it was lovely to meet those people and talk to them. But the vast majority of people, do you know where the conversation turned?
Seahawks?
Not even, no. First, it was about
Olympic hockey.
Okay, first it was birthday, then it was Olympic hockey. People were very excited about that, although this was Saturday night, so we weren't quite there yet. But it was taxes.
Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah.
People don't want this. I'm speaking as a man of the people. So, to your question, do I think that lawmakers are going to hear that? I actually do think that lawmakers are going to hear that because one of two things is going to happen.
I'm glad to hear you say that.
They're going to smarten up and they're going to say, hey, you know what? Overwhelmingly, people don't want this. Across all political spectrums, people don't want this. And two, if it does pass and they do it against the will of the people, which is, again, voted down 10 times, and this is an emergency declaration, so there's no referendum, so people don't even get a say in this. There's a reason they did that, by the way. There's a reason they don't want people to have a say, because they looked in the past, they said, hey, do people want an income tax? Oh, no, they don't, actually, so let's just not give them a say. If they pass this thing and Governor Ferguson signs it into law, I think there's going to be a mass political sea change in Washington State because people they don't have money. You look at all these places that are shutting down, all these fast food restaurants. Yeah. Why do fast food restaurants shut down? Because people don't have that middle-of-the-road expendable income to go buy little things.
Yeah.
And if they pass this thing and they shove it down people's throats, the Jamie Petersons of the world and the Bob Fergusons of the world and everybody who has run Washington politics for the last 40 years, what they're saying is it's a big middle finger to everybody in Washington saying that we're not willing to get our house in order, and so we're going to take out of your house. I think people are offended by that across all politics. I think that really bugs people.
Yeah.
Because we all have to sit there at the end of the month or at the beginning of the year, whenever it is that you set out, especially right now it's tax season. Like all the commercials I see are tax season commercials. We're all looking back and finding out how much money we made this year, how much we're going to make next year, and we're trying to figure out our budgets. We're going to have to figure out how do you pay for your kids' school if they go to a private school. We're going to have to figure out sports cost a ton of money, your cars, gas, everything costs a ton of money.
Utilities are up. Insurance is up.
Utilities. We'll do that story in a little bit.
Everything's up. Everything's up.
Every one of us has to be smart about how we spend our money.
Okay.
They don't. And that makes people sick.
So if they don't listen to the people, I'm optimistic that you think they will. I don't think they will. They've got the numbers, they're going to ram it through. Is this the kind of big, you call it big sea change?
Big sea change, yeah. It's a watershed moment.
Are we finally going to get some red leadership in the state? If they do this, if they jump off this cliff.
People like Jamie Peterson, who run state Senate Democrat leader, they have all said, we don't need Republicans for anything.
I know.
We can pass anything we want.
I don't like
that. We can do it. We can shove it down their throats. We don't have to do anything.
Compromise is what makes leadership.
100%.
Absolutely. And when they say, I'm embarrassed when my party says, we don't need you. We don't want you at the table.
Spike, I'm embarrassed for you.
Huh?
Ish.
But
honestly, it was like an eye-opening experience when I was at this party.
There was
a buzz in the air. Yeah. And any local lawmakers that are listening right now, at your own peril for your future job, if you think that this is a good idea to ram this thing through, people will vote. People will remember that when you start taking their money. When you make it more expensive for them. It's already a very expensive state to live in.
Yes, it is.
And if you make it even more so, not only are you going to see money just go away, and it will, the people who are staying here, who are stuck paying for these stupid things that you want to spend extra money on.
Those who stay.
They're not going to be happy about it. And you're not going to like it. All right, we got a lot more coming up. And I hope they're voted out of office. Obviously, if these people are going to force these things down, they should be voted out of office. We didn't plan on talking about that the whole first segment, but whatever.
I like your passion.
I'm passionate about it. Yeah. I feel passionate. When we come back, do you want to talk about Olympics?
I do.
Let's get into Olympics. Was this like, how many times did you cry watching Team USA?
Before or after the game?
After the game.
Yeah, many
times.
I can't watch the replay without getting moved. I can't.
And it's specifically what they did for a former member of their team who couldn't be there because he was killed by a drunk driver. Tears to your eyes. What an amazing story. We'll talk about that coming up next. Stick around.
KIRO News Radio is right there with you.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
On your smart speaker before you head out the door.
We continue to be in recovery mode on northbound I-5.
Watch live on YouTube or the KIRO News Radio app.
Newfangled idea of having to see the people while they're talking.
The office, the gym, wherever you are.
Get on the YouTube channel. The whole gang's there.
KIRO News Radio. 97.3 FM. Powered by MyNorthwest.com.
High five. Up top.
Dave's company just got the 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business.
Yeah!
It's 5 years of gig speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability.
Heck yeah!
He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread.
Yes!
The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping.
Woo! For a limited time, now through March 29th, switch to Comcast Business to lock in your rate for 5 years and get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Or ask how to get started with 150 megabit internet and Security Edge for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Don't wait. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. Paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account required. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees.
Ever notice how everyone has their own idea of clean?
Yeah, your clean desk still has 3 coffee cups.
Yeah, but clean energy is simple. It means no carbon emissions.
And that's what nuclear energy delivers, while providing steady, reliable electricity.
Those big white clouds above a nuclear power plant? Just water vapor, like warm breath on a cold day.
Nuclear energy provides 10% of Washington's electricity, all without adding carbon to the air.
Learn more at energy-northwest.com.
Energy Northwest, powering our clean energy future.
Cold is leaking and rats are moving and mold is creeping and water seeping in. It's hard to be a homeowner, we know.
Without American Crawl Space and Pest Services, it is hard to be a homeowner. Dave Ross here. American Crawl are the heroes to call for insulation and pest issues because in addition to their great reviews and decades of experience, they also give out the most PSE insulation rebates of any insulation company in the state.
American Crawl, the heroes you call.
Get your free inspection at AmericanCrawl.com.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with 0 investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching fever under your flu medicine. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
You're losing your hair and you simply need a solution that works. You want the best. Modern technology, top-rated physicians, something that's guaranteed to work. Guys, you need world-class Dr. Perungo and his team at Advanced Hair. Advanced Hair has completely redefined hair restoration. From the experience itself to their unmatched results. Receding hairline, bald spot, thinning hair, maybe all three like I had. Get your hair back with Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment that begins to regrow your own natural hair the very next day. Advanced Hair has changed tens of thousands of lives, including mine. And get this, Advanced Hair is once again the winner of the 425 Business of the Year. For your free consultation, call 425-449-8185. Right now, you'll get $250 off and 250 free hair grafts. Refine your hairline with the team that redefined hair restoration. That's 425-449-8185. Or for the before and afters, visit advancedhair.com.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's Cars with a K.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. Airline travel to Mexico has been disrupted following concerns from escalating violence in Jalisco. KIRO 7's Dee Sun has more.
United, Southwest, Delta, Alaska, and Air Canada all canceled flights in and out of Mexico yesterday. People from Western Washington are down there right now as we speak. One woman from Lacey sent us multiple photos from her resort of those plumes of black smoke rising from downtown Puerto Vallarta.
Other major U.S. and Canadian airlines have also grounded service as safety concerns grow. A Seattle-bound plane from Wichita had to turn around and land after a passenger's phone and power bank overheated during the flight Sunday. This woman tells KAKE-TV she was on the plane.
I'm like, oh my gosh, we're going to crash.
One passenger was hurt, but the plane landed safely. The University of Washington is preparing to share revenue with its athletes under new NCAA settlement rules, according to the Seattle Times. Major sports like football could see the largest payouts, while other athletes may get smaller amounts. Players also continue to earn through name, image, and likeness deals. Public records requests are helping to reveal how much each student athlete could receive. Well, you can now leave your Orca card at home starting today. You can now just tap a smartphone, smartwatch, or credit card to pay your fare. It works on Sound Transit, King County Metro, Community Transit, Everett Transit, Kitsap Transit, and Pierce Transit. You can also use Apple Pay, Google Pay, or Samsung Pay. For a lot of riders, this feels like it's long overdue. Spokane Transit has had Tap to Pay since 2022. A major shift in work policy begins today at Microsoft offices around the Seattle region. KIRO 7's Brooke Griffin has more.
Last fall, Microsoft officials announced all employees within 50 miles of the Redmond office will return to work first. Then the plan expands to other U.S. office locations and end with a global return to work.
Teams and managers decide exact schedules, and some customer-facing roles aren't covered by the mandate. And now your KIRO News Radio traffic. Aside from the Agate Pass Bridge work, we are looking good across the map. Our Revive I-5 backup northbound through Seattle starts approaching 5:25 to 6 minutes to get through this. South 5 continues to look good. And again, due to low tides, the Port Townsend-Coopville ferry route just canceled their 12:30 departure from Port Townsend. Next up, the 115 out of Coopville. And the Agate Pass Bridge has their annual bridge cleaning this week, so both directions of State Route 305 jam up about 1 to 2 miles approaching the bridge where traffic alternates. This work is between 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. through Friday, so plan on 20 to 30-minute delays. This will affect those catching the Seattle-Bainbridge ferry route. And now your KIRO News Radio weather, 50 and cloudy all day. This same forecast carries us through most of the week with occasional showers mixed in. Cloudy and 49 over downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. Lots of stuff to get to. We just got to revel in the joy of Team USA hockey for just a second. Spike, did you have a chance to watch this game over the weekend?
I got to tell you, I love hockey. I love watching hockey. Hockey's the reason my wife first went out with me. I could get hockey.
Really?
I could get hockey.
Did you guys go on a hockey date?
She said to me, "You can get T-Birds tickets." This was in 1990. I said, "Yes, I can. I'll go."
She goes, "Then you got a date, my friend."
You got a date, and the rest is 37 years of wonderment.
I didn't know that.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
cool.
So, that being said, watching hockey at 5 a.m.
Oh, my gosh.
is hard.
Yeah, because that was the local time that was on, 10 a.m.
I tried. Hockey happens in bursts, you know? Suffice it to say that I, at 9 o'clock Sunday morning, started the recording.
Sure.
Hid from social media. One of the hardest things is to tape something and not want to know the outcome.
There's so many ways it can be spoiled for you these days.
I literally was on lockdown. My wife's like, "Hey," I'm like, "No." And even that alone kind of gave me a hint that maybe there was good news coming.
That she was trying to tell you about it?
Yes.
Yeah.
That she had got up and checked her social media feeds, and the news was everywhere.
The game was so I was the exact same way. Saturday night was a very late night. It was for a lot of reasons. The aforementioned party I was talking about, for a friend's birthday party, and then getting home, just kids all night. So by the time 5 a.m. just was not going to happen for me. So it was.
I tried.
It was recorded then after the fact. And I put my phone on airplane mode to try to avoid knowing anything.
Right.
Which is also, then you're worried that people can't reach you. If my parents are having, they're very young, so not that they would have an episode, but you know what I mean? Yeah. They're not too young, but whatever. Anyway, awesome game. Obviously, it finished in kind of crazy, the coincidence. Team Men play Team Men USA plays Team Canada. Yeah. They win 2-1 in overtime. Women play Team Canada. They win 2-1 in overtime.
It's what a run this has been.
Unbelievable.
What a year.
And just also, can I just say real fast, I don't know if you saw these videos floating around, but whoever decided at this Olympics that the second place finishers would get a little stuffed animal, or like a stuffy as we call them in my house.
Yeah, the Olympic mascot.
One of the funniest trolls I've ever seen, and I don't know if they did it intentionally just to ruin these people's day, to create videos. It's either a complete moron or it's a genius. It's a very thin line. We see that on this show a lot.
Yeah.
But but watching Team Canada, who played a great game until they lost.
Well, yeah.
Until they lost. Watching them sit there, these grown men having to be handed as some sort of I don't even know what it was, but
it's a lovely gesture.
It's not lovely.
And consolation prize. It's a lovely gesture.
They didn't love it.
I'm going to keep saying it.
Did you watch Did you watch their faces?
Oh yeah.
As they had to hold this little. Basically, it's a Beanie Baby. You're a grown man. You've just lost gold to your rivals, and somebody hands you a Beanie Baby. For Americans, it was great.
Well, we saw the same thing last week when the women won gold and the Canadian women were given their silver.
Yeah, samesies.
It didn't go well for them either. It's called a sloat, by the way. Have I got that right? The mascot.
Oh, that's like a
stoat.
Like a weasel or something.
Yes, it's a mountain weasel.
It's a mountain weasel
found in the Italian Alps. And
like
they're
all things
adorable.
in Italy, it's adorable. Yeah, it's
Tina and Milo.
Are you okay?
I'm choking up. They're adorable.
They're adorable.
And to see them just chucked into the garbage can at the end of the day.
A lot of those available on eBay right now in Italy.
Oh yeah, it's funny. A lot of people are saying the joke going around. The first one I saw was Nathan McKinnon. He's the Canadian who missed the open goal, the open net that he tried to throw his into the unguarded trash can in the locker room that hit the side. Anywho.
So we got to play some audio. This is Jack Hughes, who of course scored the game-winning golden goal.
Golden goal.
What's so cool about this guy too is there's an iconic photo, and I think we can share this because we can show Getty images, can't we, Laura? Is that legally?
Yeah, we
can
have. There it is.
Look at this picture. He's wrapped in an American flag. I saw a commentary on this photo about why it's so genius from a photographer, and the photographer says one of the great things about this photo, aside from it just everything about it seems like perfect framing, all these different things. You can't tell what era it's from.
No, you're exactly right.
If you looked at this photo right now, and again, for anybody who's not watching and who's just listening, you can watch us on YouTube live. You can watch us on the KIRO Radio app. We have all those fun streaming options. But this is Jack Hughes, who I believe is 24 years old, and he scores the game-winning overtime goal. Earlier in the game, he took a high stick from one of those Canucks, and he got his front teeth busted out.
Yeah.
Mouth covered in blood. You go to an NBA game, one of these guys like looks at you wrong, and they just flop. Right. Lay on the ground like a dead fish.
Yeah, this guy's not coming out.
That doesn't happen in hockey.
Look at those teeth.
Look at those teeth. He's covered in blood. He's literally bleeding red, white, and blue. And you got this iconic photo. He's holding his fist up. He's just won gold for his country.
First time in 46 years.
Since 1980.
Since Lake Placid. Yeah, the Miracle on Ice.
Those two time periods.
Isn't that crazy?
So crazy. This was him after the game talking about what it means to him.
This is all about our country right now. I love the USA. I love my teammates. It's unbelievable. The USA Hockey Brotherhood is so strong, and we have so much support from ex-players. I'm so proud to be American today.
This was such an incredible game to grind out. I mean, you're bleeding right through it just looking at you right now. Can you just talk about how difficult this gold medal was to win?
Unbelievable game by Hellebuck. He was our best player tonight by a mile. Unbelievable game. Unreal game by our team. That's just a ballsy, gutsy win. That's American hockey right there. That's a great Canadian team, but we're USA. We're so proud to be Americans. Tonight was all for the country.
What does this gold medal mean to USA Hockey?
It's everything. Like I said, the USA Hockey Brotherhood means so much. Look at these guys. We're such a team. We've been together for 2 weeks. We're such a team. The USA Hockey Brotherhood is so strong, and we're so proud to win for our country.
Speaking of brotherhood, how cool is it? He plays with his brother Quinn on the team. He's one of 3 boys, and they all play. Are they all professional hockey players?
Okay, so yes, Quinn is his older brother. He was drafted 7th overall by the Canucks. Then Jack, who scored the game winner. Yeah. Quinn, by the way, had the go-ahead overtime win in the quarterfinal.
Yes.
And then Luke, the youngest of the 3 boys, was drafted 4th overall in the NHL draft by the same New Jersey Devils as his brother Jack there. So real quick, I'm glad you brought it up. Their mom. Elaine Weinberg Hughes, right? I didn't know anything about this woman prior to these Olympics. This lady, in her teens, was a soccer player for the U.S. national team, recruited by hundreds of colleges to play anywhere she wanted to play. Amazing. But she loved hockey.
Yeah.
And she went to New Hampshire.
She had an older brother who played hockey.
She had an older brother who played hockey.
Playing with him.
Right. So she got recruited, got a scholarship at New Hampshire. She played soccer and hockey at New Hampshire. Day after a hockey season ends, she walks on late to the lacrosse team, picks up a stick for the first time, and makes the varsity lacrosse team. Anyway,
so she's just like a freak.
She's a freak athlete, a wonderful athlete. I mean, world class, one of a generational athlete. She tore up her knee, and I think it was 22, the first year that that hockey was made an Olympic sport for women.
Oh, in '98?
Was it? It might have been '98.
Yeah.
She tore up her knee and never got to play Olympic hockey. Wow. But she's the director of player development for the U.S. women's Olympic hockey team.
That's fantastic.
So she's going home with gold as well. And her boys brought gold medal home for the first time in 46 years. This mom. I mean, talk about a family built for all. We had the Wynn family on earlier.
Yeah.
Right? The U.S. women's hockey player.
Yeah, the 3 older brothers.
The 3
who all
brothers,
played college hockey,
right?
but the younger sister.
And Haley, little sister, got a gold medal.
Yeah.
I mean, hockey's a family sport.
Speaking of family, we just got to point out real fast. We'll jump to a break here in a second. But I was in tears. So the team wins, and after they're on the ice, some of them are bleeding. They have
crying.
Their American flags. They're all crying. They've all celebrated. They're hugging, and they all do that iconic photo on the ice. Except 2 players say, "Hey, wait a second," and they skate off the ice. I'm going to play this audio. I don't know if this has any audio associated with this. Let me play this for a second.
There they are paying homage to the late Johnny Gaudreau. And there's Mr. and Mrs. Gaudreau.
3 of the players start skating around the ice. They pull his jersey out.
Let's talk about this story when we come back.
Can we talk about this?
Yeah, we have to talk about this.
I'm going to play this audio, and if you have not heard it or seen it yet, get ready to be in tears because it's the sweetest thing in the world.
Beautiful.
It's a beautiful moment. All right, all that next coming up. Stick around. Be right back.
You never know what's in store each morning once you hit the road.
We've got a major traffic alert in effect right now.
While you're getting ready every morning, make us part of your routine.
What morning, huh?
Yeah, I got up to an early start.
Just tell your smart speaker to play KIRO News Radio or stream us on the app.
Both directions of I-5 are closed.
We'll help you get where you're going faster.
Maybe bail at 512.
KIRO News Radio. We're on your smart speaker, the app, and 97.3 FM.
Hey, you. Yes, you. Listening to me from your earbuds up on your roof right now. It's not worth it. Take it from me, Jake Skorheim. Valentine Roofing, they're giving everyone 1 year of free roof maintenance when you purchase a new roof this month. That's right, professional care. Plus, with flexible financing available and payments as low as $159 a month, $159, Valentine makes it easy. So stay off your roof. Call 206 Roofing, schedule your free estimate, then reserve your spot on their spring schedule. Call 206 Roofing today. That's 206 Roofing.
Thanks for calling CM Heating.
Aren't you the company that gives away free furnaces?
That's us. Buy a qualifying high-efficiency cooling system and the furnace is free.
Wow.
Yeah, and our home comfort advisors are tax credit and rebate specialists, so they'll handle the rebate for you.
Go to CM Heating for better comfort, lower bills, and a free furnace you'll love for years. Get your free estimate for furnace replacement at cmheating.com. And remember, for furnaces, fireplaces, hot water, and total home comfort, including electrical,
there's no beating CM Heating.
Cashback is not available on gas in New Jersey and Wisconsin.
Couponing. Wow, you didn't strike me as the coupon type.
Just trying to stay ahead of inflation. Gas, groceries, everything. It's all more expensive. I need to save wherever I can.
Have you tried Upside yet?
Upside? What's that?
It's a free app that I use that pays cash back for every gallon of gas I buy. You've got to buy gas to get around anyway. Might as well get paid for it.
Come on, does that really add up to anything?
I've already made around $200. The extra cash helped pay down my bills, and I even had a little extra left to treat myself.
And the Upside app is free?
Totally free, and the cash back is real. You can transfer the cash right to your bank account.
I'm downloading Upside right now.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code ENJOY to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, to PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code ENJOY for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Your tax return is one of the most important financial documents you produce each year. Have you ever looked at it and wondered what else can you do to minimize your taxes? John Curley here to tell you about Madrona Financial's 1040 Treasure Hunt Workshop, a hands-on tax planning workshop that helps you use your 1040 tax return to uncover tax reduction strategies, avoid future tax surprises, and plan ahead with confidence. The 1040 Treasure Hunt Workshop is at 6 p.m. on March 3rd at Madrona Financial's Kirkland office. This free hands-on event will expose ways to pay less in taxes and plan for the future. If you want fewer surprises and more control, this workshop is the place to start. Tuesday, March 3rd at 6 p.m. RSVP by calling 833-673-7373. That's 833-673-7373. Or visit madronafinancial.com/events to grab your seat today.
This is a paid advertisement. Investments involve risk. See full disclosures at madronafinancial.com.
It's clogged again.
Your drain?
Just had it cleared.
You didn't call Apollo Plumbing.
How can you tell?
Because your drain's clogged again.
So frustrating.
We can clear that drain.
That's what the last guy said.
We'll clear it, guaranteed.
He said that too.
Apollo Plumbing will clear your drain, or it's free.
Wait, what?
Apollo Plumbing clears your drain.
Or it's free?
Yep.
What's the catch?
No catch.
Fine print?
Apollo Plumbing clears your main drain for $83.
$83, or it's free?
And we'll even give you a camera inspection.
Because?
It's the best way to find what's causing your clog.
But that's extra.
Nope. Included.
No extra charge?
Not 1 cent.
$83, or it's free.
All it takes is an accessible outside cleanout.
And an Apollo plumber.
No clog is safe from Apollo Plumbing.
And just like that, my main drain is...
draining again.
How can you...
Apollo plumbers are that good.
$83, or it's free.
You call, we come.
My drain's draining again.
Guaranteed.
$83, or it's free.
As it should be.
Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Ugh, okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
Dayquil Intense Flu, the daytime coughing, aching fever, under your flu medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Guys, your testosterone level impacts your energy, drive, weight, hair loss, and even ED. Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your T level for free. For your free T level check, exam, and consultation, call 206-529-1111 or visit revivemenshealth.com.
If you've been arrested for DUI, you need a hero. We're giving free consultations via phone and Zoom. Go to DUIheroes.com or call 1-800-DUI-HERO.
We're human and we make mistakes. If you need someone by your side during a challenging time, DUI Heroes is there for you 24/7. They're excellent at what they do. DUI Heroes averages 90% of all DUI offenses they take on being reduced or completely dismissed. Your DUI defense specialist, DUIheroes.com.
All right, welcome back. A couple things we want to get to with all this hockey stuff. Everybody's excited. Team USA wins for the first time since the Miracle on Ice, 1980. So unbelievable. Canada's not taking it well. It doesn't seem.
That's being kind. I didn't know wine.
Explain the Canadian reaction to this.
I didn't know wine was the number one export of Canada. By the way, who cares about lumber? Tear off the wine.
That's funny.
Canadians don't like the 3-on-3 format of overtime in Olympic hockey.
Okay.
The women also in the overtime gold medal game played a 3-on-3 and got the win. The U.S. men's 3-on-3. That's not hockey. You don't play blah, 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 blah for that's not hockey, yada, yada, yada. They don't like the format. They think the better team clearly lost. Clearly, you decide. Who was it? McKinnon said, you decide who the better team is.
Who scored the most goals.
We outshot them 42-20. You decide who the team wearing gold is the better team. Clam dip.
So they shot most times and they missed most times.
Well, they didn't get missed. They got stopped.
They were unsuccessful.
Is it
Hallebuck?
Hallebuck.
Cool last name.
Yeah. If you haven't seen the iconic shot of him with the stick save behind him, that preserved the 1-1 tie in regulation.
Unbelievable.
McKinnon, who's whining about this guy missed an open goal. You missed an open goal.
Wasn't he also MVP? Didn't they?
He was the MVP of the entire tournament.
Well, I mean,
we don't.
You have to pick an MVP from the winning team. Isn't that generally a good idea? But whatever, that's fine.
You would think that the U.S. goalie wasn't the
would probably be on the table for that
3-on-3 in hockey. You guys had a 5-on-3. They had a 2-man advantage because of penalties,
You're right.
and they got blanked. The U.S. penalty killing squad. 18 for 18. They didn't allow a single shorthanded goal in the entirety of the Olympic competition this year.
Pretty dominant.
An amazing team. Amazing team.
I want to play this quick clip here before we run out of time. They win the game. They are on the ice. They're all celebrating. They're about to take the picture. Everybody's set to go, and then they are stopped by two of the players who obviously knew that they weren't going to let the picture happen until they did something. They start skating off the ice, and they come around into the stands, and they grab two little kids from, how do I pronounce his last name? Is Gaudreau?
Johnny Gaudreau.
Johnny Gaudreau, who, along with his brother, this is very sad, at his sister's, while preparing for his sister's wedding, I believe they're getting ready for the sister's wedding, he and his brother, who was also a hockey player, were riding bikes.
Yes,
is that the correct thing?
Yes.
And they were hit by a drunk driver on the side of the road. Yep. Saddest story ever. He was a hockey star, and he was killed by a drunk driver.
Yes.
So he would have presumably been at these games. These guys he grew up playing with, these were the guys that he was on the team with, and they remembered him in that moment. They were skating around with his jersey.
Well, they had his jersey in the locker room with him the entirety of the tournament.
The entire time, and then they win the gold medal, and before they can take the official team picture, they skate off the ice, and they grab his two kids, his son, by the way, celebrating his second birthday, the day they win the gold medal. And I've watched this video probably 5 times, and every single time I've watched it, I'm not going to do it now because we're on the air. I don't know, I might, but I'm trying not to. I get emotional watching it when you see the camera at one point cuts away to Gaudreau's father, who's wearing his number 13 jersey, and his dad just is losing it.
Yeah.
And as anybody would, and how sweet, oh my gosh, as a parent thinking about the tragedy of that loss that you're never going to get over, and at the same time, what a beautiful moment as you see your son's hockey brothers taking that moment where they are on the top of the world and remembering one of their own in such a powerful way. I'm going to play just a little bit of this audio. This is crazy.
And there they are paying homage to the late Johnny Gaudreau. And there's Mr. and Mrs. Gaudreau Johnny meant so much to a lot of these guys on this team, and I live in the Philadelphia area, and I can tell you that Johnny Gaudreau is an absolute hero in the Philadelphia area, in South Jersey in particular. So many kids look up to Johnny Gaudreau and model their game after him. What a moment.
It was so beautiful, and his kids are out there on the ice, beautiful kids out there on the ice, and they got to be part of that, and one of them has their dad's jersey right in front of them.
Yeah.
I mean, and these big giant, you look at these guys who play hockey. I mean, these hockey players are like just made of different stuff as far as pro athletes go.
Yeah, agreed.
And they're huge, and they're holding these tiny little kids so tenderly.
Yeah.
And I mean, to be in a moment where you have just absolutely dominated in the Olympics, and you've gotten the gold medal, you're victorious, you're literally like spitting blood. And then also on the flip side of that, to have the tender care to go out and find the kids.
What matters most to these guys is the family of hockey
and the next generations.
Yeah.
And speaking of next generations, we don't have time to talk about. We will talk about this in a little bit. This Kash Patel stuff, who was partying with them, which has kind of gotten controversial for some reason. We'll talk about it.
They boo-booed it again. But this administration can mess up anything.
Well, I'll disagree with you. I'll disagree with you later on that.
Okay.
But real quick, let me point out. I saw this tweet, which was kind of fun. This guy posted in 2012, and the tweet has now resurfaced. I mean, it was a tweet back then. They call it a post now on X, but it was a tweet back then. He recognized that the 8 and unders in U.S. hockey, for people who are actually signing their kids up, was over 100,000 in the U.S. And this is back in 2012. And in the tweet, he says, watch out 2026 Olympics, because that in 12 years, those kids were going to be old enough.
That's awesome.
Or 14 years, old enough to play in the Olympics. And it all came true over the weekend. All right, we have a lot more coming up. Stick around. We will be right back.
This is what it's all about, right?
The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
The pure joy.
To beat the Patriots, especially in the 49ers stadium, it means everything.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Just like Mike McDonald said, we did not care.
We got a parade to get to.
Seattle will hold a victory parade Wednesday.
We are the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
KIRO Newsradio.
Gold demand is skyrocketing to record highs. As more Americans rush to preserve their savings, will there be enough gold? I'm Dr. Ron Paul, and I believe physical gold is the only way to truly protect your 401k or IRA savings. Gold offers tangible security that can't be tracked, stolen, or inflated. That's why I strongly advocate for gold IRAs. To learn more, text the word SECURE to 989898 now. Birch Gold Group will send you a free info kit on gold IRAs. Birch Gold is the only gold company I trust, and their thousands of great reviews prove I'm not alone. So don't wait another second. Protect your retirement savings today and see how easy it is to move your IRA or 401k into physical precious metals. Text SECURE to the number 989898 for your free gold IRA info kit. Again, SECURE to 989898.
Message and data rates may apply.
Albert Lee Appliance Clearance Center, opening soon in Kent, on the corner of 212th and West Valley Highway.
Every 2 minutes, an American is sexually assaulted. Be the someone who gives their time. Be the someone who lends an ear. Be the someone who takes a step. This is Christina Ricci with RAIN, asking you to join the fight against sexual violence and volunteer in your community. Log on to RAIN.org, that's RAINN.org, to learn how you can be the someone.
This message brought to you by the Rape, Abuse, and Incest National Network and this station.
My name is Carlos, and I'm a Cub Scout. I'm here to talk to you today about becoming a scout like me. Cub Scouts get badges for doing fun activities, and we make friends. Scouts go camping, climbing, and fishing, and swimming together. We play sports and go to parades. Scouts also help people and become the best versions of themselves. Visit bascout.org to find a pack near you, get any questions answered, and sign up for Cub Scouts online.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rirucka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
From posters and presentations to labels and loyalty cards, Staples has all the print to boost your brand. Shop now in-store and online. Staples. That was easy.
We're the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, your home for original reporting.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. President Trump says he's raising his global tariffs from 10 to 15% after the Supreme Court determined most of his other levies are illegal. Investors are concerned. Stock analyst Michael Farr.
Bit of a flight to quality today. Investors are feeling unsettled. They're trying to price in. Markets are always trying to price in what that 15%, if it goes through, will be worth.
The Dow has closed down 870 points. The NASDAQ has fallen 284. CBS's Nancy Cordes on the president's tariff comments.
He once again insisted he has the authority to do this no matter what the Supreme Court says. He says, as president, I do not have to go back to Congress to get approval for tariffs.
A major storm is now hitting the New England area. In Massachusetts, heavy snow and high wind. The storm has left behind at least a foot of snow in Atlantic City and has grounded thousands of flights at major airports in Philadelphia, New York, New Jersey, and Boston. Tuesday cancellations have climbed to over 1,800. Hundreds of thousands of customers are without power from West Virginia up to northern New York and Massachusetts, according to findenergy.com. Due to fallout from the Jeffrey Epstein investigation, longevity influencer Peter Attia leaves CBS News after being named a contributor last month, according to The Hollywood Reporter, which was the first to report the story. Attia's name appears on some 1,700 times in the Epstein documents released last month. No comment yet from CBS News. Nick Reiner has been arraigned on charges of killing his parents, Rob and Michelle. KNX's John Baird was in the courtroom.
The hearing only lasted a few minutes, long enough for Nick Reiner to enter a not guilty plea through his public defender. He's accused of stabbing his parents, Rob and Michelle Reiner, in their Brentwood home in mid-December. District Attorney Nathan Hochman said the death penalty is still on the table at this point.
We take the process in which we determine whether or not the death penalty should be sought extremely seriously, and it goes through a very rigorous process.
There hasn't been an execution in California in more than 20 years. John Baird for CBS News, Los Angeles.
CBS's Stacey Lynn reports the U.S. women's hockey team will not be attending the State of the Union address.
President Trump extended the invite to the Olympic gold medal winners on both the men's and women's teams. A spokesperson told CBS News, while the ladies are grateful for the invite, they will not be there tomorrow night due to the timing and previously scheduled academic and professional commitments. No response yet from the men's team,
which just last hour landed in Miami following yesterday's gold medal win against Canada. This is CBS News.
I want to know what's going on in the world.
I'm Tony.
There are big questions that all of us are asking. I want to get you the answers.
How are you?
I'm Tony DeCopel. Join me on the CBS Evening News.
The mayor of Auburn is facing a potential recall. Details coming up, but first, your KIRO News Radio traffic. Let's start down in Olympia. We have got a new collision southbound 101 just past Mud Bay Road. It's blocking your left lane. Up in Snoqualmie, eastbound 90, the off-ramp to State Route 18, we have a stall partially blocking the ramp. Here in Seattle, our Revive I-5 backup starts approaching 520 across the Ship Canal Bridge. Nothing real heavy here, but it'll slow your commute down by about 5 or 6 minutes. South 5 continues to look good. Here's some drive times for you. Bellevue to Federal Way, just 25 minutes. Tacoma to Olympia, a half hour. Seattle to Linwood, 15 minutes. Everett to Arlington, less than 15. This traffic update brought to you by KIRO News Radio.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Connors. A family from Lacey is among many Americans in Puerto Vallarta who are being told to shelter in place amid the violence there. KIRO News Radio's Luca Ducey has more.
Christina Sabarin and her partner are hunkered down at a resort in Puerto Vallarta. She tells KIRO 7 TV explosions and plumes of black smoke are not too far from the front gates.
We're actually down there just 2 days ago in the area where they're at right now, where they're doing all the bombing and, blowing up the cars and stuff. There's kids down there. There's families down there.
The Puerto Vallarta airport is closed. Dozens of flights from SEA and other U.S. cities are being canceled. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Auburn's mayor is facing a recall effort just months into her fourth term. The Auburn Reporter reports resident Ronnie Morgan has filed a petition to remove Mayor Nancy Backus from office. The petition accuses her of mishandling sexual assault cases and granting special privileges to friends. It also references KIRO News Radio's investigation into Backus, writing a letter of support for a former Auburn pastor who pleaded guilty to child rape. Backus has said she believes in restorative justice, but acknowledged she would not write that letter today. A judge will hear the case tomorrow in Seattle. Backus has not responded to the Auburn Reporter's request for comment. Law enforcement agencies across Washington are facing scrutiny over automated license plate readers that capture vehicle data around the state. A court recently ruled that data collected by these cameras must be released under the Public Records Act, prompting some cities to disable the systems amid privacy concerns. Critics worry the technology could be used to track people's movements without warrants, according to the Seattle Times. A 34-year-old man was arrested in Pierce County after he drove through a Glacier Middle School crosswalk while students and a crossing guard were in the roadway. KIRO 7's Lindsay Sheldon has more.
The Pierce County Sheriff's Office found the driver parked in the school's bus loop the next day, but he refused to get out of the car. A deputy had to break his window to haul him out. He's now facing charges for reckless driving, resisting arrest, and driving on a suspended license.
Well, what began as a minor traffic violation led to the arrest of two wanted fugitives. Deputies say the driver tried to escape on foot after a pursuit in Tacoma, tossing cash as he ran. Investigators say a search of the car uncovered fentanyl and distribution materials. The suspects face multiple felony charges and outstanding warrants. And now look at your KIRO News Radio weather. Cloudy and 50 this afternoon. Overnight will drop to 38. Back to another cloudy day Tuesday with a high of 48. We're at 50 and cloudy right now in downtown Seattle. I'm Nate Connors, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio with your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 1 hour down, 2 hours to go. Lots of stuff to get to. We got to probably 20% of what we planned on talking about in the first hour, so this next 2 hours is just going to be jam-packed. Hold on to your butts. Spike, should we just jump right into it?
Yeah, we should. So we can get some more stuff.
Let's get some more stuff in. Yeah. Let's start on the East Coast. There's a lot of flights being canceled. The reason why this is local here is obviously there's a lot of local people who have traveled back east and planned on returning home at some point, or were planning on going back east for some reason. There was a lot of people who were on midwinter break last week.
They went east, they went south.
And they woke up the last couple of days. They've been getting crazy snow. I've seen videos, just so much snow. It looks beautiful, but it's not great for travel.
Well, it's weird because the way it hit, they had anticipated this major nor'easter, they call these storms.
Sure.
And it comes down with Arctic air from the north and brings in moisture from the ocean. It's literally almost a hurricane in late winter.
It's Canada doing all they can in retribution for their loss.
So a buddy of mine lives right on the beach in Ocean City, Maryland, the town of my youth.
This is on the beach?
That's the boardwalk. That is the Ocean City boardwalk. Those are like boardwalk condos that overlook
That's crazy.
the carnival rides and the food shops and the T-shirt shops and all these places. They got 12 inches of snow right on the ocean. Or if you scroll through these photos, there's a couple pictures of, that's a bike. Somebody left a bike there, and that's You know, the wind drift blowing about 2 foot of snow into the wall.
It looks like AI. I mean, it looks like it's fake, but these are real pictures.
These are real photos from a friend of mine back east.
If you guys are not enjoying us on YouTube, you're missing out.
That's the prehistoric the Jurassic Park putt-putt course where the fiberglass T-Rex is covered in almost a foot of snow there. Yeah.
Whoa.
Right.
Let me ask you a question. Did you have a lot of super snowy winters in? Because you grew up in this area.
Yeah,
this is where you would spend your time.
Yeah, but never in the. I spent one winter at the beach. We never got snow like this at the beach.
Because if you get traditionally, you're not going to the beach in the wintertime.
There's the ocean waves hitting. You can see the sand is covered with. I just love that picture. It's a great picture my buddy took. The snow belt didn't hit the Baltimore region, the Philadelphia and Annapolis region, or whatever those cities, inland a little bit, which they have been calling for. It hit right at the coast. A mile from my friend's house, they got 20 inches. I mean, Ocean City is basically a sandbar, right? And on the back side of it is a bay, and just on the other side of the bay, which is less than a mile across the bay. It's not a big stretch.
If I'm not
20
mistaken,
inches.
that entire area is actually, like locally here, we build on like clamshells, right? Like they build
oyster
a bunch
shells.
of oyster shells.
Yeah.
But over there, it's the dumped remains of people who were taken out by the mob.
That's
right?
part of it.
Is that part? Just part.
When the lake when the bay gets low at low tide,
you find a bunch of barrels.
You don't open a barrel.
Gotcha.
You just don't. It's not treasure.
Okay.
Just don't open
Isn't
it.
Wow, that actually does happen.
It does.
Did you see some of the? There was like some droughts recently in Nevada.
Yeah.
And over the last few years,
was it Havasu? Is it Lake?
It
Havasu?
might have been Lake Havasu or wherever
Mead.
it was.
I think it was Mead.
I don't know.
Yeah,
lakes.
yeah. They started finding.
But they started finding these rusted out old barrels, and they went down. They looked at some of these, and they were like, "Hey, is that a femur?"
Yeah.
I mean,
look, case solved.
Yeah, I mean, crazy stuff. All right, anyway, back to your story. This is in Ocean City, Maryland. 20 inches of snow.
Yeah.
Here's all the flights they've had to cancel. Listen to this at some of these airports. LaGuardia has canceled 98% of flights. That's a big airport. I'm sure you've flown in LaGuardia many times.
LaGuardia. The big three are JFK, LaGuardia, and Newark, right?
JFK, 88% of operations have been halted because of this snowstorm. In Boston Logan Airport, at Boston's Logan Airport, 93% of scheduled services have been scrapped, and in Philadelphia, 83% of services. I mean, that's thousands and thousands of flights. And those are all going to have to be rerouted. People are going to have to get hotels. People are going to have to just imagine you're stuck in LaGuardia right now, just waiting. Or JFK. That's a pretty busy airport, and not like a super pleasant one to be at.
No, it's not. It's an antiquated. There's not a lot of great amenities. It doesn't smell good.
It's not like a big hub like in Atlanta or something where like they've kind of got it down. It's pretty gross. Anytime I've ever flown through JFK, which is only I think 3 times in my life.
Yeah.
I've always been delayed.
Yeah.
Any connecting flight I never make.
Nope. Nope.
And it's just kind of a disaster. And now these people are all stuck and it's snowing.
I got snowed in once after the Super Bowl 48 in New York City. I got to Newark.
That's right. They had that big snowstorm.
Yeah. I got delayed. Didn't get snowed in. Got delayed like 8 hours.
Oh.
In Newark.
That's
it was brutal. I feel for the folks back east. They had like a major freeze 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
A month ago.
Yeah.
That bay I was talking about, like there's the ocean. The Ocean City is basically a sandbar with hotels.
Sure.
And then the bay, frozen solid.
Crazy.
For 2 straight weeks. It just started thawing out a week ago. They had icebreakers going through so commercial fishing could get up and down.
Are you serious?
Yeah. They had icebreakers come through and break open the bay. And now they get a 12-inch blizzard hitting the beach.
Did you ever see the water freeze over when you were a kid?
Once. Baltimore's Inner Harbor froze over once when I was a kid. It was, I want to say 76, maybe 5. We had the biggest blizzard of my life. Get up and there's like 3 foot of snow outside your house. Schools were closed for a week and a half, basically.
There are just areas of the country right now getting dumped on. Like my cousin lives down in Tahoe, and he sent me some videos of Tahoe recently that just got
they getting it?
Dumped on. Like you walk out your front door and there's suddenly a wall of snow, and you have to cut your way out to your
tunnel
to the street.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Laura, did your grandparents get out of New York?
Yeah, Laura, your grandparents were fine.
My grandparents are fine. They made it. They were.
Room service?
They picked this weekend of all weekends to go down to New York City to visit my sister.
Catch a show. Frozen.
At least they didn't go to Mexico.
My family group chat was my mom got back from Mexico on Saturday.
Oh, really?
So yeah, the family group chat was crazy this weekend, and then I also had family that had flown out to San Francisco and they were trying to get back to the East Coast.
Your family has crazy bad timing with flights.
Or crazy good timing because everybody made it just under the wire.
Wow.
So your grandparents are fine. They got out of New York?
Yeah, they're totally
in time?
fine. They got out of New York.
How old are your grandparents?
84.
84.
They're back in Ohio.
They're back in Ohio.
It's safe.
Where we like them.
That's crazy.
It's tough with the old people because you got to.
They're so active. They're so mobile. They've got a lot of life left to live.
That's
and
wonderful.
These are all nice things to say. And
regular listeners of the show have met my grandma.
Oh,
have they really?
Yeah.
Oh, you missed her. Oh man, we should have
That's
her back
nice.
on. This woman was amazing. Laura's grandma is a gift, an absolute gift. Career librarian.
Children's librarian.
Oh,
well-read.
She's well-read, well-spoken, funny.
Well-spoken.
Get dirt on Laura. I mean, who could ask for anything more from a guest?
Let's get her on. She sounds great. She could do we could do like a book corner. She could recommend kids' books.
I can't tell you how many listeners asked for that on the text line.
Really?
Yeah.
Her recommendations?
Oh, yeah.
Does she have an old lady name? What's her name?
Peg.
Peg? That's perfect. Yeah. I could have guessed that. If you gave me 5 guesses, I would have guessed that. Peg. That's fantastic. Okay, let's move on to some other stuff. This is audio of a young woman. She's not old yet, but she will be through stress if she keeps getting bills like this. This lady posted, her name is, won't say her full name because I don't want to, it's online. But whatever. Her name's Jenna. I can't even pronounce her last name, so I won't try. But she's showing her trash bill, which she says has basically doubled, it seems, in the last year. And she's what is she? She's a dental hygienist. She's a UW grad. She loves animals and long walks on the beach.
And taking her trash out.
Taking her trash to
Sorry, I did research on her Instagram bio.
You shared a lot of
It's all
information with
good,
her.
man.
Yeah,
It's all good.
Here's her talking about her trash bill. And I was wondering if you guys have seen anything similar, because these are the little costs that really do, like, I'm going to play her audio and then I'll vent. Oh, here we go.
So I live in Washington State, and yesterday I just opened up my new waste management bill, which is my bill for my garbage company. And my previous bill has been $77.34, and it's usually about that price range every single time. We pay our bill every other month. That's just how the cycle works. I pay for 2 garbage cans. That's it. And apparently 2 different kinds of tax. And I just got my new bill in the mail, and it's $131.84. That's apparently now what they charge for the same exact service. They come 4 times a month, so once a week basically, for the same 2 garbage cans. My bill went from $77 to $131, which is just crazy. It just seems like complete robbery. They can just charge you whatever they want and not even tell you that they're going to do it. So my question is...
What's that noise?
Well, you can see why I mentioned animal lover.
Oh, that's an animal in
I
the
think it's a
background.
doggy squeak toy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, which will soon be in the recycling bin if I know dog parents.
Yeah.
Is it like this across...
Oh, I thought you meant the dog.
No, I meant the squeak toy. Ooh.
Why would she throw away a dog?
In a barrel, maybe? On a beach in Maryland?
I don't even think a dog is recyclable. I don't even think you're supposed to recycle a dog.
the entire United States? And if so, like, what are we doing to pay for all of this? The bills just keep coming and they keep getting more expensive. Like, are we selling feet pics now? Like, just curious. Like, what are we doing?
She's talking about other ways,
how am I going to make ends meet?
other ways to make money.
Wow. She didn't share that about her Instagram bio.
Which is unfortunately a thing.
That's called the punchline, Spike.
Oh,
gosh. It's the kicker, no pun intended.
Isn't it weird that we live in a world now where that's a viable thing, that people go, hey, I need to make some extra money. And then they like take a look at their feet and they go, I don't know.
If there's a market, there's a market for it.
Isn't that weird?
It's so weird.
You don't want to open up that door. Don't open up the door. Don't start selling pictures of your feet. It's just, that's so weird. So strange. All right. So she was paying $77.34. Her new bill is $131.84. These are the little costs, though, that do add up.
We mentioned it earlier. Everything's going up. Everything. Utility bills are going up. Recycling, waste management bills. She had waste management was her particular company.
Yeah.
We have Recology in my neck of the woods.
And
our
the way
bill's
it works,
going up as well.
You only have one provider option depending on where you live.
Yeah, they have a contract with your neighborhood.
Or whoever
Exactly.
provides your internet.
Exactly.
Generally, it's just like one outlet that gets access to your whole area, and it's kind of a monopoly. There are a few reasons for some of these cost increases, none of which I think are good, but they've made some investments, they say, in landfill transfer stations and recycling infrastructure to the tune of, I think, like $1.5 billion they're trying to collect so that they can buy some of these new things. Also, environmental, the other big one that was listed was environmental and regulatory compliance. So costs to manage environmental impacts, such as capturing methane at landfills,
correct,
which are increasing. I have a real problem with some of these things because, again, they're used as a way to charge people more money for things, and then the State Department of Ecology also is not willing to share their results on how they capture these things and the levels of
the
what
return on investment, the investment we're making every month.
Yes. If you're going to charge this poor girl, Jenna, who might have to start selling pictures of her feet, and you're going to start charging her
that's
an
renewable.
extra 60,
that's a renewable resource, by the way.
Well, depending on how she takes care of her feet. And if she's having to march out with these heavy trash cans all the time, but she's got $66 in increases in whatever $60-something increase, and then they're still not going to tell you how much CO2 that they're capturing and all these. There's just all this environmental stuff that just kind of worms its way in, and the real result is people like Jenna, are seeing their bills go up. And I just if they can't show us what they're doing if they can't show us the results that they're legally mandated to show us, I don't think they should legally be able to keep raising prices based on those things.
Plus, it feels like they're getting us at both ends, right? They're collecting the CCA money from us, and they're supposed to be using that to fund these environmental improvement programs and policies
100%.
And requirements, and yet that the cost of those are also coming out on our bill every month?
Yes, and, okay, great point. So the CCA originally was supposed to, fund all the climate, whatever they do with it. And now they're talking about taking some of that money, a good chunk of that money, and putting it into the general fund just to make up for some of the stuff. Reasonable thinking people see that and go like, well, that wasn't what it was intended for. You said it was for X, and now you want to spend it on Y. Yeah. And
because we're going to bill you for X in your monthly bill.
Yes.
We can afford to take it from the CCA because when we can make that up again because we're going to keep taking it to bump, and we're going to tack it onto your bill as well.
You know what they're going to do next?
Next thing you know, you're selling foot pricks.
Next thing you know, it is a very short walk.
So it's a short, uncomfortable,
to selling pictures of your
walk.
feet. And is that what the state wants? They want all these sweet young girls who are just trying to make their payments to have to sell pictures of their feet? Don't do this, Washington State.
Hygienist with a college education.
Don't do that, Washington State.
Heartbreaking.
Awful. All right. Speaking of Washington State, a lawmaker, who is this? Patty Murray. Patty Murray says she will not attend tomorrow's State of the Union address. She said, I'm not attending his State of the Union. She's talking about Trump. I'm not attending his State of the Union to listen to him ramble and lie. Instead, I'll be sharing the ways he's hurting hardworking Americans. Boy, she sounds like fun at a party. Do you think Spike, she goes, let's see here, the way he's hurting hardworking Americans. She accused him of being, in this post, she said, he's the most corrupt president in American history by a long shot. Honest question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think it's a good idea for Patty Murray to just say, hey, I'm just sitting out. Instead, I'm just going to bag on him online the whole time? Or would it be better if she just went and showed up to the State of the Union?
I don't know. I'm
not trying to put you on the spot. I'm just I'm interested.
I wish every Democrat seat was empty.
Really?
I really do. I really do.
That's the opposite of what I thought you were going to say.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I don't disagree with what her assessment of the State of the Union tomorrow night. It's not supposed to be.
Future teller? She doesn't know.
I would. I'll bet you a month's worth of free coffee because I know who's paying for it. The boss down the hall there. It's going to be a list of grievances. It's going to be a lot of bloviation. It's going to be a lot of grandstanding. But that's what
such is all State of the Unions.
Again, I'm with you. So what's the point of even? Bill Maher had a great piece this weekend on his show. Why are we even doing State of the Unions? First one was 10 minutes.
Okay.
Thomas Jefferson sent a note.
Yeah, Trump needs to slow his down.
Right?
Not slow his down. Either speed him up or cut them down in size.
It's going to be 2 hours of.
It's going to be 2 hours. Yeah, they're way too long. But go ahead.
They pointed out, the hypocrisy on both sides. Nobody can agree to a good idea or acknowledge a great accomplishment
they're
because
never going to give
from the
somebody.
other team's
yeah,
side.
they're never going to give somebody they don't like a win,
right?
Even if it's a good plan.
Yeah, they sit on their hands. Somebody calls for less violence in our streets, and half the aisle can't stand up.
Well,
come on.
Remember last State of the Union? Was it last State of the Union where Trump brought that kid who was a cancer survivor and
wanted to be a policeman?
He wanted to be an
honorary policeman.
And all of the Republicans stood up, and it should have been a unanimous moment of approval.
Agreed.
And all the Democrats sat on their hands because they didn't want to somehow weirdly equated it to a Trump win by applauding this kid's fight against cancer. That was a bad look and still haunts the Democrats. But here's what I would say about Patty Murray. Poor sport, right? Just because your guy's not in the White House, like, isn't that her job? Like, isn't it her job to be elected by the people to go and show up to these things?
It is, but she's not going because he's a Republican. She's going because of how he treats the State of the Union. And I'm not backing what she says. She said, I'm not going to sit there and listen to him lie.
To be fair,
blah, blah, blah.
You just said you wish no Democrat would go.
I do.
I think I really think that's folly, because it would be better example for young people out there who are all paying attention. I'm sure Patty Murray's following amongst young people is massive. But for the young people out there, wouldn't it be better to see the example of, hey, you know what? I disagree with the person who's up there speaking, but I'm still going to show up. I'm still going to be an adult in the room. Even if I don't think they're being the adult, I'm still going to show up, and I'm going to represent my side of things, even if I disagree with what he's saying.
Yeah, but then we bag on him for sitting on her hands and not standing up and not applauding things that were worth applauding for.
It's not a big lift to ask somebody to applaud a cancer kid. I'm not saying she has to applaud every policy thing. You applaud cancer kids. That's an easy win.
I'm with you.
But her just saying, I'm just going to not show up because I don't know what she's going to just be angry tweeting or something.
I think there's an alternative State of the Union. They're having like a rally in the alley or something out. They're going to go somewhere and have they're doing like their own halftime show.
I don't know what she's doing. Team USA men's hockey is going to be there.
Yes, I saw that.
They're going to fill the seats.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you what, it's a bad look if you're not even willing to show up. I'm not. This is not even a partisan thing. If Republicans were doing this to Democrats, like every time Obama gave a State of the Union or Biden, if they all said, hey, we're not even going to go because we just don't like the nonsense, I would be just as critical. It's ridiculous.
I respect
you're
that.
Not being an adult.
Yeah.
You're being a petulant child. That's what it seems like to me. And I think it would be better for them to show up and, so don't stand up and applaud. Fine. But you still have to show up and do the job. That's the job. Unless I'm off and it's better for them just to not show up.
I wish it was going to be the reverent, impactful, meaningful State of the Union we all deserve.
I'm not even saying that. It doesn't have to be the State of the Union. It's still showing up and doing the job, even if you don't like what he's saying.
So what's worse, not going to see him do it, or when he stands up there and berates the Supreme Court which he will?
I'm not talking about, I'm saying Patty Murray.
I'm saying which is worse, not showing or showing?
How's she going to know? She's not even going to be there. She's not. She's not even there. That's worse. Absolutely. All right, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around.
This hour is brought to you by Insulation Northwest.
G and Ursula, 9 to noon on the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks, KIRO News Radio.
A sea of green and blue in downtown Seattle. I'm hoping, G, you can hear us.
I can hear you.
We want to take it all in right along with you. You have a very special vantage point. Gee, what's going on?
They had another big dude trying to get on here with me and DJ Roscoe. You can't have 3 big dudes in the back of this Tundra.
Subscribe to the KIRO News Radio YouTube channel and watch live.
Hey, Jake Skorheim here. March is the start of spring, thank the Lord, and my outdoor list is already growing. Fortunately, Valentine Roofing has my back and yours when it comes to checking off those exterior maintenance jobs that put you in a precarious position. And with Valentine's huge March promotion, they're not only going to take care of you this year, they have next year covered too. This month only, you can get a free year of roof maintenance when you purchase a new roof. Then enjoy seasonal checkups, professional care to keep your new roof looking its best. Plus, flexible financing with payments as low as $159 a month. Sounds pretty good. And the Valentine experience, it's guaranteed with every project. That's seamless communication, meticulous cleanup, extra mile service. So it's no surprise Valentine Roofing is trusted across the Puget Sound by thousands of homeowners and was voted the 2025 Gold Best Roofing Company in the Seattle Times Best in the Pacific Northwest Awards. Because the red Valentine van always means you and your neighbors are in good hands. Take advantage right now by calling 206 Roofing. That's 206 Roofing.
Coverage varies by plan. View contracts and exclusions at EnduranceWarranty.com. Auto repair bills are through the roof. $3,000 to replace the transmission. $4,000 for a blown engine. And if your manufacturer's warranty is expired, you'll have to cover it all out of pocket. You need an Endurance Auto Protection Plan. No matter what the mileage, if your car is under 20 years old, Endurance can get you covered on the engine, electrical system, transmission, AC, drivetrain, and more. Endurance has plans for any budget. Repairs can be done at the certified mechanic of your choice, and they're paid directly with no middleman. Plans cover 24/7 roadside assistance, towing, battery jumps, fuel deliveries, tire changes, lockout services, and a 30-day money-back guarantee. Active Shop now and get our elite benefits, including complete tire care and key fob replacement. A $2,000 value at no extra cost. With Endurance, you could never pay for covered auto repairs again, so call now for your free quote. Call 800-378-7241. 800-378-7241. Again, that's 800-378-7241.
Ever wonder how much energy it takes to power your life? Streaming shows, running appliances, even using AI to plan your next trip?
A lot, and it's growing fast.
So we need more energy, and it has to be clean and reliable.
Exactly. That's why Energy Northwest is exploring new ways to keep power flowing sustainably to meet the rising demand.
All this new technology is exciting, but we need the energy to keep up.
And Energy Northwest is making it happen.
Where do I learn more?
Energy-Northwest.com.
Energy Northwest, powering our clean energy future.
I'm worried.
About what?
Water.
Oh?
Hot water, if you really want to know.
Water heater worries?
Worried it's wearing down.
Running out?
The hot doesn't last like it used to.
So you're...
worried.
I got a guaranteed fix.
Let me guess. A new water heater.
Right, but...
that's what worries me.
Well, worry no more.
Why?
What you need is an Apollo Plumbing water heater.
Because?
We include Wrenchy's worry-free warranty.
Wrenchy's what?
Worry-free warranty.
Which means?
When it wears out, we replace it.
No extra charge.
As an A-List Club member, you're covered for life.
For life?
For as long as you're an A-List member. You get annual life-extending water heater flushes included.
So it lasts longer.
Right.
And when it needs replacement,
you're covered.
With no worries.
Because it's Wrenchy's
worry-free warranty.
What else would you expect from the Ready Right Now plumbers?
Apollo Plumbing.
Home of Wrenchy's worry-free warranty.
What about tankless ones?
Worry-free too.
Gotta love that Wrenchy.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. Travel troubles piling up with unrest in Mexico and weather issues on the East Coast. KIRO 7 TV's Ranji Sinha at SeaTac Airport as a partial government shutdown is also affecting travel.
Confusion this morning at TSA. Before this weekend, Homeland Security said it would suspend TSA PreCheck and global entry, then appeared to walk it back. Now, TSA Pre is on, global entry is off.
It was very confusing, and it sounds like I should be able to go through with PreCheck, but I'm not totally sure.
It's not just Seattle. At airports across America Sunday, confusion over TSA Pre working or not was the norm.
And in a statement, Homeland Security says it was making those changes due to that lapse in federal funding. A Seattle favorite cruise ship is skipping its Mexico port stop this week amid cartel violence. The Norwegian Bliss runs Alaska cruises out of Seattle every summer. Right now, it's in L.A. for Mexico trips. Passengers say the ship had just gotten underway, was sailing to Puerto Vallarta yesterday when the captain canceled the stop. Karen Hua has the latest from Mexico City.
Guadalajara was one of many areas that erupted in violence Sunday as Mexico's most notorious drug cartel fiercely retaliated after Mexican special forces killed their leader, Nemesio Ruben Oseguera Cervantes, widely known as El Mencho. The cartel he led has the highest cocaine, heroin, and methamphetamine tracking capacity in Mexico, according to the U.S. State Department.
And turning now to the closing bell report, an ugly day on Wall Street. The stock market took a big slide as tariff uncertainty hits businesses. CBS's Jason Brooks has more.
President Trump posted on Truth Social that he will slap countries with even bigger tariffs than the 15% global tariff he announced over the weekend. Investors reacted to the tariff uncertainty by sending the Dow diving by more than 800 points, with IBM the biggest drag on a double-digit decline, while American Express, Visa, and Salesforce were also stung with sharp selling. Investors sought out safe haven bets in gold and U.S. Treasuries, and the interest in bonds tugged long-term mortgage rates back below 6%, tying the lowest level since 2022.
And that takes us to 1:32. We turn it over to Nate Connors at the traffic desk.
Hey, thanks, Aaron. Seattle Sports has the update. Our biggest backups this afternoon are out of the Agate Pass Bridge because of the annual bridge cleaning. So drivers are alternating across the bridge, and work scheduled between 9 and 2 daily through Friday. And right now, you should plan on 20 to 30-minute delays. This is affecting eastbound drivers mostly. You're sitting in about a 3 3-mile solid backup. Westbound drivers are in a 3-mile backup. Eastbound drivers have a 1-mile backup approaching the bridge. In Olympia, we cleared our collision southbound 101 just past Mud Bay Road. Still a minor backup down there. North 5 in Seattle, we've got that brief 1-mile bumper-to-bumper backup approaching the Ship Canal work zone. Plan on about 5-minute delay here. South 5 are beginning to fill in from 85th across the Ship Canal. 15 minutes from Linwood to Seattle. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Staying mostly dry for the rest of this afternoon. Overcast skies, highs in the upper 40s. Right now, 48 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the show. All right, we are very excited to talk to this guy because there's a huge international story that is all over the internets right now, all over the news right now, and there's really a lot of connections here locally because that is one of the most popular primary destinations if you want to get away somewhere sunny and reasonably close by. If you are from the Pacific Northwest, a lot of folks fly down to Puerto Vallarta.
Many are still there at this moment because we're in the middle of winter break at schools.
Yes.
I've heard numerous.
Last week was winter break. Winter break for a lot of people.
Midwinter break.
Midwinter break. Well, he can't. Don't talk yet.
Okay, sorry,
I haven't introduced you.
I apologize.
Let's welcome him on. Charlie Harger from Seattle's Morning News. Welcome to the show.
Stickler for accuracy, Jake.
You are now free to speak at will.
So it was midwinter break for the Harger family as well. We actually hopped on a cruise to Mexico. This is with Norwegian Cruise Lines, and it's on the Bliss. Now, the Bliss is the ship based in Seattle over the summer, and over the summer, they make those Alaska cruises. Biggest cruise ship based in Seattle over the summer.
Yeah.
In the winter, they head from L.A., and they go down to Mazatlan, Cabo San Lucas, and Puerto Vallarta. And so I was on that trip last week, went to Puerto Vallarta on Wednesday, and my second time being there. It's a great place to, or at least it was a great place to go. It was beautiful, warm. We actually got off the ship and we went to a resort we had been to in the past. We had a day pass there and had a conversation with our cab driver, Pablo, and he was bringing up the cartels. And
oh, really?
Yeah. In fact, in Mazatlan, too, our tour guide, our taxi driver named Alberto, also talking about the deal between the tourism industry and the cartels, how they don't want tourists touched. They don't want to bother tourists because that's bad for business.
That's money. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And for anybody who has not seen this story yet, Puerto Vallarta is kind of in a crazy spot right now because the head of one of their largest and most dangerous...
He's been named the largest drug cartel kingpin in Mexico.
And he was just killed, and his name was El Mancho. And now, as a result of his killing...
At the hands of the federal government.
At the hands of... This was like a special task force in Mexico where this happened. His underlings are now kind of rioting. Buildings are being burned. I saw a video over the weekend of a Costco that was just lit up.
In the parking lot of the Costco, it's been clarified on that.
Yes.
But so many cars that have been torched. And what happened, Jake, was we pulled into port early Wednesday morning, and I'm sitting on my balcony. I'm watching the sunrise, and I'm getting a picture of the port because it's just so beautiful. And there's this mega yacht that is docked in the port, and it's prominently in that picture. So imagine my surprise yesterday. I'm waiting in line at LAX. We have just gotten off the Bliss, and the news starts coming out about the unrest in Puerto Vallarta. And the first video that pops up is at the port, massive fire around it, right next to that boat. And I go, oh my gosh, that is exactly where we were. Yeah. So
talk about dodging a bullet.
It is just awful to think about the people who are from Seattle down there right now, or just people in general, people who live there that have to endure this horrific violence, and to think for what? For these cartels that are by the way, providing the drugs that Americans are using.
Yeah.
That's how they get their money.
Yep.
This is just heartbreaking to see. I don't know about you. Remember the 80s when you'd have a game show? What would a fabulous prize be? You'd be like an all-expense paid trip to Acapulco.
Sure.
They still do that.
But not to Acapulco.
Sometimes it would also be like a moped, though.
This is true.
Or a goat. I love that show.
But the grand prize winner would be
It's not
Acapulco.
It's
head
not
on down
Acapulco
to
anymore.
Mexico.
The cartels have taken it over. It is a very much a no-go zone. You cannot get a cruise ship going there. Very few flights. There are no resorts aimed at Americans because
of the dangers that it poses to their safety
of narco warfare.
Yeah.
And
Have the narco? Have they taken over? Is that their playground now?
Acapulco, yeah. It got ruined because the safety was such bad shape for that part of the country. And that's just my worry here. I mean, I don't know about you guys. Would you go to Puerto Vallarta right now?
Here's the thing. I have
Good deals. Sorry.
If you can get a flight, they canceled a bunch of flights in and out. Actually, you kind of went in the best way, I think, because you're on a boat that can leave.
Yes.
But getting out of one of the airports there, when they're telling you, I've seen these videos, and they are frightening.
Yeah.
Tourists going down, they're staying at these beautiful resorts. They try to get back on the plane, and you're sitting there going like, "Well, can I go to the airport?" They're saying to American citizens, "Shelter in place." I cannot imagine getting an alert on my phone.
Yeah.
In such a beautiful place saying, hey, by the way, you should not go back to the airport right now because you might be a targeted individual. And for your safety, stay wherever you're at.
Don't even go to the streets. Stay in these resorts that you're located in, shelter in place.
Do you guys remember Argo, the movie Argo?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking about when I was reading all the news on this morning. In Argo, you had that was a little different thing. They overthrew an embassy, and the embassy workers had to flee, and then they hid with the Canadian consulate and all that stuff going on with Iran at the time. But they had to hide because they might be targeted, and you're seeing something very similar right now.
Have you seen the pictures of the tourists on the beach while the smoke and flames behind them?
Yeah.
That does not
various
compute
portions
for me.
of the city. Yeah.
No, it's crazy. And no, to answer your question, no, I would not be flying down to Puerto Vallarta right now. I got to be honest, though. My wife, many times, as we've talked about, like, hey, family vacations, things like that, where would you want to go? It's generally pretty low on my list to go to Mexico because I do have a pretty healthy fear, which I sent to my wife when I saw the story. I said, look at this. This is why I've always kind of dragged my feet on a Mexican vacation. In some of these areas, you do have to, like they tell you, don't go too far off the tourist path.
You are speaking like so many of my friends and family have spoken over the years. And we've been down probably 4 or 5 times to Mexico. And people go, no, it's not safe. And we would always go,
You're crazy.
You're crazy, and especially if you stick in the tourist zones, you see Mexican National Guard members walking around with long rifles, that's semi-automatic, and they are everywhere. They will be walking along the beach. I remember getting off the Bliss in Puerto Vallarta, seeing at least 2 Mexican National Guard members standing armed right there at the port. And when you hear that, 20, 25 of them have been killed now.
Ugh.
I grieve for them. I worry about them. And I don't know what we do from here. It is so sad what's happening, not only for the people who live there, but also what the future holds for them, because that is such a major part of how they make a living.
Well, we've taken numerous trips to Mexico over the years. I'll tell you, 25 years ago, we took a trip down to Cabo San Lucas, and we flew in, and we were told by our travel agents at the time, take the official shuttle from the hotel. Don't get into a cab because we can't guarantee your safety. This was 25 years ago, so it's not a recent development. These cartels taking over the country essentially. I tried to rent a Harley Davidson in Cabo San Lucas. The guy wouldn't rent it to me. He says, I can send you out of here with it, but there's no way they'll let you bring it back. You'll be in the middle of nowhere. You'll be cruising along. All of a sudden, there'll be a chain across the road, and it will be stolen. And you'll be stranded in the middle of nowhere with no cell service. Because I'm not renting you a motorcycle.
It's a liability for you to take the motorcycle, and he's not going to get his bike back.
He didn't care about me getting back to town as much as he cared about his he would never see his motorcycle again. My point being, this has been going on for decades down there. And now that the Mexican government has in an official capacity, taking out the head of the drug cartel, the largest kingpin of the drug cartels. I mean, that kind of stuff happens internally amongst cartels too often to even list. Because, I don't know if you've seen the jokes, when you kill a drug cartel, they move up the food chain. They kings and leaders die all the time. But this is the government doing it. Have they said enough is enough? Can you stop with the one guy? Or are they going to have to take on an all-out assault on the cartels to reclaim their country? Is this the first strike?
I don't know if I don't know if they have an appetite for a fight like that.
Well,
then
why would you take? I mean, I'm with you. It's the largest question. Do they have an appetite? Do they have the stomach for it? Can they follow through?
I would have to know more specifically about what was happening when they were trying to bring this guy in. Was it intentional to take him out versus were they just trying to transfer him somewhere else and it happened as a result of their actions that they were taking?
I've heard there was U.S. intelligence that led to his whereabouts and their strike to take him. And I understand the intent wasn't to kill him, but to bring him in.
Yeah, that's what I said.
He died from, gunfire at the event.
To be continued. This is a developing story. And of course, with so many Seattle connections, we'll continue to follow it here.
Oh my gosh. Well, you can read about it on mynorthwest.com. Charlie Harger, thanks for coming in, man. We appreciate it.
You bet.
All right. And glad to have you back here safe. Yes, absolutely.
Thank you.
All right. We got a lot more coming up. Stick around. Be right back.
KIRO News Radio is right there with you.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
On your smart speaker before you head out the door.
We continue to be in recovery mode on northbound I-5.
Watch live on YouTube or the KIRO News Radio app.
Newfangled idea of having to see the people while they're talking.
The office, the gym, wherever you are.
Get on the YouTube channel. The whole gang's there.
KIRO News Radio. 97.3 FM, powered by mynorthwest.com.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
With Progressive's Name Your Price tool, you can choose the best coverage option for you. Because you know you. Like, you know you can't cook. You're not one of those people who say that they can, but when people come over for dinner, they find out the hard way, you can't. You can't even microwave popcorn, and that's literally just one button. Plus, measuring and patience are huge parts of cooking, and that's just not you. Only you know you. So get coverage options within your budget with Progressive's Name Your Price tool. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Jackson Hewitt handles your taxes and your stress. Inhale on no surprise price of $149 or less. Exhale, paying more for complicated taxes. You won't. Inhale, new tax law knowledge. Exhale, missing out on your biggest refund? Certainly not. Don't miss paying $149 or less. Rest easy. Jackson Hewitt's got your taxes. Guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
He flew fighter jets in 2 wars and taught you how to drive a car. He fed everyone on the block, but never shared his secret recipes. And every time he'd tell a story, he'd own the room. But now more than ever, he may feel alone. Today, older adults and their loved ones are struggling to connect in a time when connection has never been more important. But there is something we can do. Embrace our older loved ones through StoryCorps Connect. With StoryCorps Connect, you can honor seniors remotely with an interview about their life. Every interview will be archived at the Library of Congress, becoming part of American history, so that years from now, future generations can listen in.
All right, Grandpa, what's one piece of advice you have for me?
Just 3 words, sweetheart. Live with courage.
The man that had the best stories still has plenty of stories to tell. So connect virtually and share the conversation of a lifetime at StoryCorps Connect.org/AARP. Connect, honor, share. StoryCorps Connect. A message from AARP, StoryCorps, and the Ad Council.
Hair Volume from New Nordic will make your hair look thick and healthy. Hair Volume is available online at Amazon and NewNordicUSA.com or in the hair care aisle at your local CVS.
If you've been arrested for DUI, you need a hero. We're giving free consultations via phone and Zoom. Go to DUIHeroes.com or call 1-800-DUI-HERO.
We're human and we make mistakes. If you need someone by your side during a challenging time, DUI Heroes is there for you 24/7. They're excellent at what they do. DUI Heroes averages 90% of all DUI offenses they take on being reduced or completely dismissed. Your DUI defense specialist, DUIHeroes.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. This is a little tease ahead. We're going to talk to a local, he sounds like a superhero name, and he might be. His name is Captain Seahawk.
He's a super fan.
You have seen him at a Seahawks. I guarantee you, if you've ever watched a Seahawks game.
If you've watched a game, you've seen Captain Seahawk.
You've seen Captain Seahawk. He's often there with his wife.
Yep.
And he has a giant Seahawk-looking hat on.
It's a very culturally, authentic. Is that the best way to say this? It's kind of the same type of headdress that the Seahawk logo was made from.
Oh, from the original Native American mask.
It's got a nice representative quality to it.
It's a giant hat that he wears. It's over the top size.
Yeah, it's got dreads hanging from it. It's a caricature of the Seahawks superfan.
He also wears oftentimes crazy outfits.
Yeah, bright,
over the top,
visually stimulating.
He looks like he's in Kiss. That's what he looks like. Honestly, he's got
but a friendlier version of Kiss. Yeah,
yes, a friendlier version. But that's what he looks like.
Yeah.
So he was testifying. There's this House Bill 1759 that the Senate does a bunch of just ridiculous things, like trying to take your money. But every once in a while they have
a good idea.
They throw people a bone and they think this is going to ingratiate them them with us. And
little carrot, little less stick.
Yes. And so Senate Bill 1759 is to designate the 12th of December as the official day of the 12s. And speaking in front of the Senate committee on this, the only person in person was Captain Seahawk. Now, what's notable about this, I'm going to play this clip for you in just a second, but what's notable about this is a couple of things. One, he's in full regalia.
Yeah, as he does.
Minus his hat, so it was respectful. He took the hat off.
The hat was with him, behind him, took it off to speak to
But he was not wearing it.
Right.
It's like my kids in church. I always tell them, you can't wear a hat in church. He was respectful in the chamber. He was not wearing the giant Seahawk decorated hat that he wears.
Yes.
But I think he's supposed to get 2 minutes, if I'm not mistaken.
No, you're correct.
And he's allowed to say whatever he wants to say.
Mm-hmm. With respect.
Yeah, and of course he wasn't sitting there
belligerence or
cursing
threats.
people out or anything.
Right.
He was just making his case for why this is important and why it should be passed. And it doesn't appear, let me play this audio for you, it doesn't appear as if one of the guys in this committee is super excited to be taught, because it looks like he kind of cuts him off. Here's a little bit of that.
Madam Vice Chair, I think I have one person signed in to testify.
We do have one person in person, Seahawk Captain.
All right, so she's already butchered it.
Seahawk/Captain.
Seahawk Captain. Yeah. Captain Seahawk. Is there any better, is there any better example of just how ridiculous politics is? That just right there, Seahawk Captain.
He's come forward.
Isn't he known as Captain Seahawk?
He's known as Captain Seahawk. She's probably reading his last name first name last.
Oh, you're right. Yeah, you're probably right. All right, I forgive this.
In official capacity.
Then I take it back.
And provide your testimony.
It's not all microphone.
Did he waste a lot of his time taking his hat off and moving his microphone?
Well, now
that's the problem.
Now I'm thinking that might have been the problem.
And President, members of the Senate, my name's Wallace Watts. Throughout Washington and throughout the NFL community, I'm known as Captain Seahawk. I was actually a 747 captain for United Airlines for 40 years. I stand before you as a resident of Washington and as a proud advocate for Native culture and community to speak in support of establishing the Day of the 12s.
So then he gives his whole spiel. Although now I'm thinking it was because he spent so much time adjusting his microphone.
He was a little nervous. But it's tough to speak for the legislature.
It is. It should be from when you start talking. But they kind of cut him off at the end. And the reason we're playing this is because I saw this over the weekend, I thought, hey, you know what? We should invite this guy on. He can finish saying what he wants to say.
Sounds great.
So he's going to come on with us next. He'll be here live.
Oh, excellent. Captain Seahawk.
Yeah, Captain Seahawk will be with us next.
Nice.
But let me play you this little clip from him.
I've watched this bill move through readings and discussions. This is actually the 12th time reading this thing. So ironically, it's the 12th reading of this bill. More times than I've watched the highlights of the 2014 NFC Championship. And like that unforgettable comeback, we've reached the moment to finish strong. It's time to bring this bill to a vote. The Day of the 12s is more than a celebration of football. It recognizes a culture of service. The 12s raise millions for charities, support local businesses, and bring people across generations, cultures, religions, from tribal communities to our largest cities, from the Olympic Peninsula to Bellingham. This bill honors the people of Washington. And while I expect this vote to be unanimous, if there happens to be a stray 49er fan in the chamber today, we'll still welcome them.
Thank you for your time.
All right. Thank you.
That hit
And
close
I
to
respectfully
home.
ask you vote and pass the Day of the 12th.
Thank you. Okay, Madam Vice Chair, I also...
Here's the thing. They could have given him 10 seconds left to finish his little speech, which seemed very nice.
Yeah.
It's all about uniting and how sports binds us all.
Yes,
and
yes, it was very well put.
Very well put. And we just won a Super Bowl Senate committee on whatever this is. How ridiculous to cut this guy if he showed up all the way. He's dressed. You actually thought it might have been that they thought he was dressed disrespectfully.
Yeah, but having heard, I hadn't heard the entirety of his statement to the council there. He's dressed in... you called it his full regalia. I mean, part of the thing about being on, because I used to do this. I used to stand in the end zone wearing a pirate costume.
Did you see this guy in person?
Yeah. Oh, many times I've stood behind Captain
I've
Seahawk.
seen him on TV, but I've never been there in person with him.
Many times. I dropped my season tickets a few years ago for financial reasons.
Like, hey,
financial
buddy,
considerations.
get that hat down.
Well, I sat a couple rows behind him so I could look over his beautiful big hat.
Sure.
But the suit he wore to speak to the legislature was it's a Seahawks suit. It's a beautiful blue suit with green lapels with 12s and Seahawk heads all over it. It looks like it was made from a kid's bed sheet.
Do you remember that
it's
guy?
That type of material.
Who used to sell, I don't remember what he was. He looked like the Riddler, but there was the guy who used to sell he had it was like the tax guy or whatever. You remember that guy? Oh my gosh, why am I blanking on his name? No.
Oh, that's the insurance guy.
What's the guy who used to wear a funny looking suit? And he would he would teach you how to get money from the government.
Oh, I know who you mean.
What's the guy?
I'll think of it. I'll think of it in the break.
But he was all over infomercials everywhere.
Yes, he was everywhere. Yes.
But
yes.
he
sold a book on how to tax deductions for you. Yes, I remember the guy.
But this guy, Captain Seahawk is he's advocating on behalf of the 12.
He is. My thought was, if he wasn't dressed in game regalia and maybe wore a nice suit and didn't have neon shades on, would they have taken him more seriously?
I don't know.
I don't think so. I
think
he's
him?
So well spoken.
Should we ask him next?
I can't wait.
He'll be on with us next. All right, stick around. We'll be right back.
You never know what's in store each morning once you hit the road.
We've got a major traffic alert in effect right now.
Well, you're getting ready every morning. Make us part of your routine.
What morning, huh?
Yeah.
I
got off to an early start.
Just tell your smart speaker to play KIRO News Radio or stream us on the app.
Both directions of I-5 are closed.
We'll help you get where you're going faster.
Maybe bail at 512.
KIRO News Radio. We're on your smart speaker, the app, and 97.3 FM.
At Fisher Investments, we may seem like other money managers, but we're different.
Are you really that different than the rest of us?
We are. As a fiduciary, we always focus on what's best for our clients.
What services do you offer besides investing?
We have a team of specialists in financial planning, estate planning, and more.
Your clients rely on you for all that?
Yes, we ensure clients receive unparalleled service at every step of the relationship.
Okay, but you still sell commission-based products, right?
No, because we believe that's a conflict of interest. We prioritize service over sales goals.
So, then how do your fees work?
We have a simple and transparent fee that's a percentage of our clients' portfolios. So we do better when our clients do better.
Wow, we're more different than I thought.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com.
Investing in securities involves the risk of loss.
You pledged your life to serve. You made sacrifices, lost loved ones.
At VA, we don't see the falls you've taken. We see the 1,000 times you've stood back up. We embrace your uniqueness and won't trivialize your hardships. We can't promise to heal all wounds or wash away all trauma, but we do see a path forward. We see all veterans. We see you. Learn how treatment works and recovery is possible. Visit maketheconnection.net.
High five! Up top! Dave's company just got the 5-year price lock guarantee from Comcast Business. Yeah! It's 5 years of gig speed internet, advanced security, and a great rate that won't change. All from the company with 99.9% network reliability. Heck yeah! He hasn't given this many high fives since Deborah brought in her famous banana bread. Yes! The Comcast Business 5-year price lock guarantee. Powering 5 years of savings, powering possibilities.
And it's hurting, but I am not stopping. Woo!
For a limited time, now through March 29th, switch to Comcast Business to lock in your rate for 5 years and get a $500 prepaid card on a qualifying gig bundle. Or ask how to get started with 150 megabit internet and Security Edge for $59.99 a month for 12 months with a 2-year agreement. Don't wait. Call today. Restrictions apply. New customers only. 1-year contract required for guaranteed rate. Paperless billing and automatic payments with bank account required. 5-year pricing applies to monthly service charge excluding taxes and fees.
This might be the most surprising statistic I've shared in decades of doing local news. More than 75% of commuters will be involved in a car accident at some point. JP Pendergast of Pendergast Law with more.
What makes it more surprising? The average person will be involved in 3 to 4 collisions in their lifetime.
With accidents unbelievably prevalent, what are some safety tips if it happens to you?
Safety first. Secondary collisions are not uncommon while awaiting help. Turn on those hazards and remain in a safe place. If a bystander witnessed the accident, capture their information and encourage them to remain at the scene. Seek medical attention immediately if needed, as delaying can be a costly mistake. Lastly, remember that statements made to police and insurance adjusters can affect your case.
Collisions are more common than we'd like to think. If you find yourself in one, follow these helpful tips and then call my friends at Pendergast Law.
If you or a loved one's injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
PendergastLaw.com.
We're the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
This is CBS News on the Hour, sponsored by JTV.com.
I'm Jennifer Kuiper. A blizzard in the Northeast buries some areas in more than 2 feet of snow. More from CBS's Jared Hill.
Providence, Rhode Island set an all-time snowstorm record with almost 3 feet of snow. Atlantic City, New Jersey got more than a foot.
Visibility is like zero. I can't see in front of my face right now, and I'm frozen.
Places like Babylon on New York's Long Island are also seeing record accumulations with at least 30 inches. The storm was too dangerous even for snowplows. This nor'easter is now one of the 10 biggest storms in New York City history.
There are more than 5,600 flight cancellations and over 2,600 delays in the U.S. today, according to FlightAware.com. The U.S. Embassy in Mexico says Americans in that country should continue sheltering in place because of ongoing security operations. It comes after Mexican authorities killed the leader of that country's most powerful drug cartel yesterday, sparking retaliatory attacks. Karen Hua in Mexico City.
Armed cartel members set cars and buildings on fire. They also blocked more than 250 roads. All of this violence and chaos across the state of Jalisco, which is on the western side of Mexico, but it still increased this security presence of police even all the way here in Mexico City.
Nick Reiner, charged with killing his parents, Rob and Michelle, appears in court.
A plea of not guilty is entered on behalf of Mr. Reiner.
Authorities say the acclaimed director and his wife of 36 years were found stabbed to death in their L.A. home on December 14th. Their son, Nick, was arrested hours later. His preliminary hearing is tentatively scheduled for April 29th. A former Immigration and Customs Enforcement instructor responsible for educating new ICE officers testifies that they're on the streets without the training they need. CBS's Cammie McCormick.
Ryan Schwenk was questioned by Democratic lawmakers, among them Senator Amy Klobuchar of Minnesota.
Tell us what was omitted, taken away from this training.
What was taken out of the training were classes on use of force, specifically classes taught by the legal department, as well as classes taught by other units. What was taken out was almost 16 hours of firearms training, classes that teach them how to use their weapons correctly and safely. What was taken out were classes on how the Constitution works.
He said a class on the rights of protesters was also cut from their training.
Tariff jitters send the Dow tumbling 822 points and the Nasdaq falling almost 260. Stock analyst Michael Farr.
It's the uncertainty along with an established downtrend, I think, that has people hitting the sell button a little quicker today. They can always buy it back tomorrow.
Looking for spring jewelry looks? Find them at Jewelry Television. New customers get $20 off purchases of $99 or more at jtv.com.
Coming up, an explosive threat at Kent City Hall. But first, Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
Hey, thanks, Aaron. Monday light for the most part out there. Up in Everett, eastbound 526 here, bumper to bumper, leaving the Boeing factory over to I-5 with our afternoon shift change underway. South 5 through Linwood at 405. The right lane of that off-ramp is blocked by maintenance crews. Here in Seattle, North 5, we've got building volumes approaching I-90, and then that Revive I-5 backup starts just past Mercer. Altogether, it's a 12-minute commute through downtown. South 5, you're looking good, just minor crowding in the U District. And the Agate Pass Bridge, crews just wrapped up today's work at the bridge for their annual bridge maintenance work. Work continues tomorrow from 9 till 2. This is daily through Friday. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
KIRO News Radio, breaking news.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. Right now, the entire Kent City Hall campus is shut down after someone brought what's believed to be an undetonated explosive. Police describe this as military grade. Right now, City Hall, the Centennial Building, and the police station are all closed as the bomb squad investigates. Nearby streets are also blocked off. Officials say they will reopen the area once it's deemed safe. Facing a looming budget deficit, state Democrats unveiled their proposed supplemental spending plan. KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey reports.
Senator Derek Sanders says a combination of unreliable federal funding, the Trump administration's tariff policies, and a lack of steady state tax revenue is forcing Democrats' hands to spend $2.5 billion more just to maintain services.
Our state has always had a bit of sensitivity to sort of boom and bust cycles because of our revenue structure. The millionaire's tax would be a significant step towards smoothing that out.
That proposed millionaire's tax is projected to add $3 billion annually starting in 2029. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Republicans call that proposed budget irresponsible. Meanwhile, in the House, Republicans have unveiled a $910 million supplemental capital budget. It would be paid for with bonds, federal dollars, and cash accounts. That proposal gets a public hearing tomorrow. A group of concerned citizens in Seattle's Madison Park is trying to save a 100-year-old redwood tree from the chopping block. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has that story.
The redwood tree in question is part of what's known as a pocket forest, planted about 100 years ago on a lot near the corner of McGillivray Boulevard East and 39th Street East. Neighbors say the homeowner wants to build a retaining wall and the tree stands in the way. Neighbor Julie Tokashiki-Scarrett says,
"You can have both. You can have development and you can keep the trees. So that's ideally what we would love to see."
Tokashiki-Scarrett also says 2 bald eagles were seen in the tree as recently as this weekend. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Now to your weather updates. Cloudy skies, some pockets of light rain as well. We'll see conditions dry up as the day goes on. Right now looking at 48 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with the KIRO News Radio App. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
And now, it's time for the Jake and Spike Show on KIRO News Radio. With your hosts, Jake Skorheim and Spike O'Neill.
Welcome back to the show. 2 hours down, 1 fantastic hour to go. You lucky ducks. I'm very excited to welcome this guy onto the show right now, live with us in person via video, which is just as good. We're very happy to have Captain Seahawk join us right now. Captain Seahawk, welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. What a great intro, man. I like the music. That's so cool. It's my honor to be here. It's great to be here.
It is our honor to have you. I'm loving all the Seahawks stuff in the background. For people who don't know, if you don't ever watch Seahawks games, you are at all of them, and you are probably the least dressed up I've ever seen you, even though right now you are wearing...
This is casual Monday
this
for you.
This is casual, yeah. This is at-home attire.
I'm tired. I'm burned out. That Super Bowl wiped me out. And as soon as I got home, it just kept going, and interviews and fundraising and all kinds of stuff. And I just kept running, and my brain just keeps going. And finally, the last 2 days, I'm trying to just settle down a bit, but I'm just cranking up my coffee.
There you go.
So
nice mug.
Going later on tonight.
I'm the reason I you came to my attention today is because I was snooping around on all the different stuff on social media to find out what we were gonna fill this show 3 hours. We gotta fill 3 hours every single day. We usually don't have enough time, to be honest, to cover everything. But this story kind of rose to the top, and it was you in a Senate committee promoting Senate Bill 1759, which I believe would honor the 12s with an official day of the 12s being on December 12th. And so you were there. You were the only person there in person. There was other people testifying or giving their statements on this, but they would have been on video. You showed up in person. You're dressed up. You're looking good. You're ready to go. And it seemed to me like you weren't getting the warmest of response, which, who knows, maybe it was just the way that it was cut up on video, but it seemed like they kind of hurried you through your testimony. Tell us a bit about that.
Yeah, so I really should have. There was an old video when I was a kid on how a bill works, and I should have watched how a bill works before.
Little Schoolhouse Rock primer there for you, yeah.
Yeah, and so I don't know how a bill works. And so I went in there. I'm standing in the hallway, and everybody's dressed in suits and cleaned up and nice. And I'm like, okay, what's the difference between me and them? And I got to shout out to anybody who gets into politics. My hat's off to them, because it's just, I could just imagine all the stuff you have to go through. But it seems like everybody else is carrying bags of money, and I wasn't. And that's not putting them down. But I think we were really kind of close in, like, oh, we got to get the center to do this. We need money for this. We're going to start billing this and all that stuff. Everything was and geared. And when I sat right in the front row directly in front of them, and they were just like looking past me to see. It seemed like everybody knew everybody except me, but they knew my name. They knew who I was, which is scary. I'm like, oh my God, this isn't good. But they did hurry me, and I was kind of disappointed. And
you're a tough guy to miss, even if they didn't know who you were. You're a tough guy to miss. Can you describe for the listening audience what you were dressed as? Which I actually felt like was very respectful. You're there as Captain Seahawk, although I introduced you as Seahawk Captain.
Custom suit on.
You got a suit on. Yeah. You're looking nice. You weren't wearing any
action
hats.
Green lapels. You took the headdress off. Complete respect for the moment.
No, the guy at the door makes you take your hat off. I didn't know that. I didn't know any of this stuff before.
I was telling Spike earlier, it's like going into church. It's like you got to make sure that you're being respectful for the moment, which you were. You look good. You did have the sunglasses on, but again, that's part of your look. Here's the question: who do they think was testifying? Like, who do they think was coming to give a statement? Somebody who comes as Captain Seahawk.
Is he with the military?
Yeah.
They asked themselves.
Yeah.
Oblivious to the culture.
That's right. I actually flew with the troops in and out of Kuwait for 2 years during the Gulf War. And I was thinking about that, man. It was just craziness. I was a 747 captain flying 400 troop members in and out. It was such a high target. I don't know, looking back, I don't know what I was thinking, because I volunteered to do it. Yeah. So, but can you, I was kind of
pause on that for a second. And I don't want to hurry you through any of this. I'm unlike local lawmakers.
Yeah. We're not going to
slow you down and fast forward. We want you to slow down and say your piece, but can you tell the audience a little bit about why you chose the name Captain Seahawk? Because I don't think many people know this.
Oh, man, I get incredibly, I'll never understand this, but I get 1 million to 2 million views a day. So people from around the world watch me and listen to me. It's just astounding. But I started flying when I was 15. I was a pilot for United Airlines for 40 years. Wow. And my biggest claim to fame was a 747 captain for 10 years. And so I was looking around different Hawk names, and all the good ones were taken. So I'm like, hey, I'm a captain, so let's go with Captain Seahawk. So that's why I went with it. And pretty much everybody knows the captain story.
Well, I didn't, so I'm glad to hear it. I got to make a quick confession. I sat behind you for a couple of seasons, I think, when you were just getting started. With the end zoners down there, and I had someone make me a pirate costume in blue and green with a three-corner hat, and I fancy myself Captain Hawk. I have no right to claim that because you, my friend, are an actual captain. I just wanted to play pirate.
Oh, you called yourself Captain Hawk?
Captain Hawk. I had a little stuffed Blitz on my shoulder. It was adorable. But you, my friend, have earned the title with your years of service and your place in Seahawk lore now. Like as I mentioned to Jake, I watched the NFL Super Bowl highlight film, and there you are. Down there at Levi Stadium. And I know that you've attended many, many road games representing the 12s. 12s travel better than any other fan base, I think, in the country. How special was it for you? If we can go back to the game for just a minute, we'll talk politics again, I promise. How special was it for you? How special was it for you to go down to their place and have your team just own the day in the fashion that they did?
Well, first off, I love all NFL fans. That's not the thing. I love 49ers, love Rams, because probably 30% of my viewers are 12s or Seahawk fans, and 70% of everybody else. So I do.
They're just hate watching you.
No. They send me money. I pick a charity, and they donate directly to the charity.
Oh, that's fantastic.
It was Ben's fund. We raised a pile of money for Ben's fund the last couple of weeks. But I got ADHD ever since I stopped flying. Like when I was flying, my brain was like, I have to push back within seconds. I have to arrive the gate within seconds. We needed so much water, so much gas.
Yeah.
And then I stopped flying. My brain's like, it kind of freezes. So
looking for something to do. Yeah. No worries.
Yeah. Oh God. So Levi Stadium, they give me the hardest times because they know who I am, like F bombs and stuff. And I'm not afraid of anybody. So I just walk up like, can I give you a hug? And it freaks them out. But of all the stadiums, they know who I am, where I'm going. I stream live and they just have to always tell me. So, but the real feeling is I knew we were going to win. That's, if you go back on preseason or the first game, I predicted 14 wins and we're going to go to the Super Bowl. I said, buy your tickets. And I'm very fortunate to be able to get close to the players, closer than most people. And so I'm able to get to talk to them and like at training camps and different events, and I'll talk to them. It's not just, hi, can I have your autograph, can I have a picture, run? Hey, how's your parents doing? What's your charity doing? Blah, blah, blah. And they were so cohesive. They all fought as one. And that Rams game was just absolute Thursday Night Football. Actually, I sat down last night and it came on. And I'm like, oh my God, that was a Super Bowl there.
I saw they showed that on the NFL Network, the Week 16 game last night. I watched it too.
So cool.
Yeah.
You know what it reminds me of? I saw an interview. You guys probably saw this too, Captain. But there was an interview that Joe Buck did with somebody before the 2013 win?
Super Bowl 14.
Whatever, 14. And he was doing the team interviews, and his wife, who was a cheerleader for the Broncos back in the day, she had asked him, like, oh, how are the Broncos looking? And he goes, honey, you're not going to like this game. This is before the Seahawks just annihilated the Broncos.
He did the production meeting with the Legion of Boom.
He goes, the Broncos were like really nice, and everybody was chilled out and visiting. And he goes, and then you talk to the Seahawks. He goes, these are just like a bunch of angry, very ready to go guys. And but the team now seems like, I mean, it's obviously different versions, the dark side and everything, but they have that same feeling where it's just, they feel dominant. So I think everybody felt like they were going to go into this game and win. Real fast, we'll get back to other stuff here in a second, but okay, so you've said who's the nicest fans that are not Seahawks fans? Like where do you get the best response? Where do you get the worst? Where do you get the worst response?
Yeah.
New Orleans, it's a party. I probably would die if I had to live in New Orleans, since they got a party all the time. Every game, everybody dresses up with all kinds of stuff. And they're amazed to see other fans dressed up, but they're in their full Mardi Gras gear and dresses and all kinds of stuff. So they're so happy and receptive to see an opposing team player all dressed up. So, and it's a Southern hospitality. It's pretty good, but
sure.
I'm with you. I'm with you in the fact anybody who's got enough love for their team to travel and visit their team in another city, I'm with you. When I see visiting fans come here to Lumen, I give nothing but respect and admiration because it's not cheap to travel with your team and visit other cities.
But there are teams that are historically kind of nasty. Like
buttheads, Philly fans.
I was just going to say, Eagles fans, aren't they not friendly?
Like Captain Seahawk said, the people down at the people down at Levi treat Seahawk fans like absolute dirt.
Yeah, and I have no fear. My first career choice, I failed out of. I kind of had a slip, and I didn't do well in college. So I kind of took a break, and I decided to be a professional boxer. And so that that's alone proves I'm crazy. So I fear nobody. I run from nobody, and it kind of takes them aside. That like, why are you yelling at me? And I'm very spiritual. I'm not religious. I'm like, Jesus does love you. Like. It just throws them off. And
as you're yelling at them, Jesus loves you.
Do you talk to your mother like that? What's going on here? I'm just a fan. But there's it's just like trying to convince a crazy person they're not crazy. It's not going to happen.
Well, speaking of,
I just keep walking.
Speaking of crazy, how did you come up with the outfit that you wear every game, and how much time does it take to put that thing on?
That's the number one question. It takes about 3 minutes.
Yeah,
3 minutes.
3 minutes.
Yeah.
It's just was it just a jacket and a hat?
What's that?
It's just kind of just like jacket and a hat. Is it all just at clothes, basically?
I have probably 3 closets full of Seahawk clothes. I probably have every T-shirt, every hoodie. But it started with I was in Arizona, and it was 2013. And I got a foam hat on somewhere, eBay, whatever. And I'm walking around, and like a couple of people walking around saying, "Can I get a picture with you?" I'm like, "It's a foam hat." And you go on foamhat.com. And ironically, they stopped making them because there's poison in there. And I would break out with scabs and stuff across here.
Well, people used to drill holes. I know the hat you have. I got one at home. People would drill holes through the mouth and pour beer on top of the hat and drink through the mouth. And there's toxins. There's toxins in these. I got one.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, my God. So I'm like, that's weird. I'm like, so I like social experiments. And so I was thinking about Marshawn Lynch. And so I got on I seen some lady in the middle of the country was knitting braids. So I glued some braids this long to it, neon green ones. And the next road game, 20 people asked for a picture. I'm like, that's really weird. Okay, it's a foam hat and braids. And so at the time, I was flying to China a lot. And at the time, it was really cheap to get custom tuxedos and suits made. So I walked in there and
that's where I get all
started
mine
with I flew there all the time. So I was there every week. So I could. It was like $100 to get a custom. And I walked in there with a jersey. It was actually a fake jersey because I want to see what they do with it. So I chopped it up. I'm like, I want this to look like this. Here's a picture. And they're like, okay, we'll give it a shot. And, it started there. And then it started getting better and better. And now I have about 6 tuxedos and about 8 jackets, all custom made with different stuff. But the crazy part is people that follow me, they're like, wait a sec, you wore that the last game with the blue shirt and the yellow pants. I'm like, oh my God. So I really intentionally try to really mix it up all the time. But I walk in, I start with what's the team wearing? Is it night? Is it day? My brain just thinks. I just start throwing stuff together. And the last thing's a tie. The tie's got to match the whole thing.
Oh, perfect.
And
we're talking with Captain Seahawk right now, who was recently testifying on Senate Bill 1759, and they rudely cut him off because they were intimidated by his awesome outfit.
His love.
Did we just lose him? Is he still on the screen? Captain Seahawk, you still there? Oh, we may have lost him. Oh, no. I was just going to ask him what he wanted to finish saying. Can we try to get him back on? That would be nice if we can get him back on.
So let's just recap. This bill is to honor December 12th, 12/12, as the official day of the 12s.
Yes.
And Wallace Watts is his name. Captain Seahawk is his identity, his superhero, superfan identity. He spoke to the involvement of the community of 12s, the charitable work that they do, the support for the team.
Yeah, which raises so much money. It's not just the official Seahawk stuff. It's all the people who are involved. I mean, like guys like Captain Seahawk.
Exactly. Mr. and Mrs. Seahawk, Jeff and Dee Dee, Big Low, all the way back to Mama Blue, you name it. Those fans down there are dedicated Seahawk fans.
Is Big Low still around?
Yeah, Big Low's still around.
Oh, my gosh. Right? I knew Big Low when he was, because he's like if you don't know Big Low's backstory, crazy. Go look him up. You can find that information on him. But he used to come into the he had season tickets to the Sonics as well.
Mariners for first row, third base side, front row of the end zone, Seahawks.
Every single game, as I was running into the locker room, he'd be like, "Hey, Jake," and it's of course it's Bigelow. He's a tough guy to miss. He's big, and he would be like, "Hey, can you grab me so and so's whatever? Like, can you get this signed or whatever?" And it's so I'm glad to hear that he's still doing it.
Yeah, well, hats off to Captain Seahawk, no pun intended. I'm glad he got down there and spoke to the folks in Olympia. I hope they have the common sense to realize and recognize how much the fan base means to this team, as we've all this talk in the last week or so about the potential sale of the Seahawks and what a loss it would be to the Northwest, and what this community means to the team, and the team means the community. I guarantee you,
Captain Seahawk is back.
Is he back?
Is he back, Captain? You with us again? There he is.
Yep. I don't know what happened. I got the 1 gigabyte service here, and you guys dropped, and I was still there talking to myself.
We're crashing your site because it's so popular. That's the problem. Captain Seahawk, here's we got about 30 or 40 seconds left. You were cut off before the end of your testimony on Senate Bill 1759, Day of the 12s on December 12th. What did you want to finish by saying to those guys down there before you were so rudely interrupted?
Oh, I don't think I was really. It was the first time doing it, and I'm going back. I testified via Zoom last time, and I'm gonna go every single time. But the thing that I want to put forward is the 12s, the Seahawk fans, and LFLs. We're very charitable, and we do a lot of good work in the community. Like, I don't know if you followed me, but I was picking up poop on Hawk Alley and cleaning that up and stuff like that.
I'm glad you brought that up, because I remember right before it was the divisional playoff game and the RVs were parked down in that alley. We used to tailgate there years and years ago, and you got some publicity from the TV show. Was it Como, I think, that took down there with you? I may be wrong with it.
A lot of dogs in that alley, Captain Seahawk?
All the TV stations came down to interview me.
Yeah, but and garbage. And your attention to that got it cleared out in time for the games to be played and the fan base to be able to enjoy that space and the camaraderie of the 12. So great job, man.
Yeah, and I'm still telling people, come down. I still have a couple of people that, like, I'm not going to go down there because 10 years ago my windows were smashed, my stuff was stolen. But it's almost ready. I can almost guarantee your safety and their stuff down there. It's a lot different. I hope people really give it a try. I'm actually thinking about doing another tailgate party in Ocean Shores with all my followers.
That'd be fun.
I just put it out there, and all people show up. Like I say I'm going to be at a coffee shop, and people just show up. It's crazy. But I really hope everybody comes back to Tailgate Alley. It was so embarrassing. The San Francisco Niners took it over. They seen I cleaned it up, and they all showed up, like a whole pile of them. So but it is what it is. But man, I hope we really get. And I got to give a shout out to people who never stopped going there. It was a small group. It wasn't on Hawk Alley, but they had a little tailgates, and they were really mad at me, like, we've never left. But Tailgate Alley, was full. I took a video before and after. It was full of tents and homeless, and I, to be fair, I cooked for the homeless at Tacoma Rescue Mission, and I delivered.
Sure. Oh, already cut out again.
There's our sign.
Captain Seahawk, thank you so much for joining us. Good guy. You can check him out. Look him up, Captain Seahawk. Obviously, he's going to pop up. It's pretty recognizable. We have a lot more coming up, so stick around. We're going to be right back.
This hour is brought to you by Davis Law Group. Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Guys, did you know your testosterone affects everything in your system, including how you feel and perform every day? Right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. Knowing your T levels is the first step in understanding if you have low T. Your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED. Maintaining an appropriate T level can change your whole life. Most men start to see changes in their hormone levels in their 30s. Experience and results matter. So what are you waiting for? Get your T levels checked today by local, experienced, and trusted men's health experts. They've helped thousands of men since 2011. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Call Revive today and schedule your free testosterone test, free exam, and free consultation. Call Revive Men's Health at 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit revivemenshealth.com.
If you're worried your friend may be struggling, remember, you don't have to be there to be there.
You could say, how are you, or get a fake tattoo. You could ask with an app if it works for you. You could chat on the game, kick off your flip-flops. You could ask on your couch while you binge watch. Whatever gets you talking.
Reach out to a friend about their mental health. Learn how you can help at seizetheawkward.org. Brought to you by the Ad Council, American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and the JED Foundation.
Some kids never smile. They're embarrassed by their crooked teeth. They want braces like the other kids, but their families can't afford them. Some may even try to straighten their teeth themselves. That can make everything worse. Luckily, there's Donated Orthodontic Services, a program from the American Association of Orthodontists. It helps provide orthodontic treatment to kids and teens whose families can't afford it. For kids who apply, are approved, and are matched with a volunteer orthodontist, it can be life-changing. Their treatment is in the hands of an expert, a licensed local orthodontic specialist who improves their smiles by correctly aligning teeth and jaws. Some kids think they'll never smile again, but Donated Orthodontic Services may help them smile with confidence. To link to the application and eligibility requirements, visit aaoinfo.org.
You never know what's in store each morning once you hit the road.
We've got a major traffic alert in effect right now.
Well, you're getting ready every morning. Make us part of your routine.
What morning, huh?
Yeah. Got off to an early start.
Just tell your smart speaker to play KIRO News Radio or stream us on the app.
Both directions of I-5 are closed.
We'll help you get where you're going faster.
Maybe bail at 512.
KIRO News Radio. We're on your smart speaker, the app, and 97.3 FM.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice. DayandNight.net. Save $1,700 when you have Day and Night match your current furnace with a qualifying AC or heat pump.
Your furnace is lonely all by itself, but it doesn't have to be. With our Matchmaker Special, we'll match your furnace with a perfect air conditioner or heat pump to keep your furnace company and your home comfy all year round.
Match your furnace to a qualifying cooling system and save $1,700.
DayandNight.net.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Oh, how's that flu, babe? Did you take DayQuil Intense Flu yet?
Nah, I got this. Okay, I don't got this.
You stay on the couch, and I'll grab the DayQuil.
Undo your flu symptoms with DayQuil Intense Flu. DayQuil Intense Flu provides powerful relief of your flu symptoms.
I'm ready for that to-do list.
Wow, you do got this.
DayQuil Intense Flu. The daytime coughing, aching, fever, under your flu, medicine. Use as directed, keep out of reach of children.
Your VA loan and reverse mortgage experts for 34 years. Best Mortgage is proud to be the longest running mortgage company on KIRO Radio. Get a no-pressure consultation from a real person, never an AI bot. Web search Best Mortgage for honest advice you can trust.
KIRO News Radio, 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good afternoon, I'm Aaron Granillo. Many Americans today are stuck in western Mexico as violence erupts after police forces killed a cartel leader. This man is stranded in Puerto Vallarta.
Trying to get an update on our flight tomorrow. Everyone else said their flights are canceled and the airport is still closed. A lot of confusion, a lot of misinformation.
More from KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey.
Our own Seattle's morning news anchor Charlie Harger and his family barely missed the violence in Puerto Vallarta. Picturesque scenes from his cruise ship and the dock, now filled with explosions and black plumes of smoke.
A lot of Mexican National Guard troops are there, fully armed, there to protect the tourists. And I always think,
in the back of my head, okay, well, they're never really going to need that. Well, guess what? Those people were pressed into action.
Charlie and his family are safe. Dozens of flights from SEA and other U.S. cities are now being canceled. Luke Ducey, KIRO News Radio.
Cruise ships are also canceling trips to Mexico. That includes the Norwegian Bliss, which docks at Seattle every summer. Passengers had just boarded that ship yesterday in L.A. when they heard the news. Cell phone caught fire on board an Alaska Airlines flight. KIRO 7 TV's Dee Dee Sun reports the plane was on its way to Seattle from Wichita, Kansas yesterday.
It had to turn around shortly after takeoff because the passenger's phone and power bank overheated. The airline says the passenger had to get medical attention when they returned to the gate. The other passengers heading to SEA were eventually put on a later flight yesterday.
Nationwide recall is underway for Trader Joe's chicken fried rice. That's because it may contain glass fragments. 4 customers reported the problem. The USDA is warning people not to eat the product. Expiration dates run from early September to mid-November. Microsoft is starting a new return-to-office policy today. Employees living within 50 miles of a campus now must work in the office at least 3 days a week. KIRO 7 TV's Brooke Griffin reports.
Some schedules will be different for various teams and types of work that they do. In an employee memo, Executive Vice President Amy Coleman says in-person collaboration is needed as the company develops new AI technology.
And that takes us to 2:33. We turn it to Nate Connors at the real-time traffic desk.
Thank you, Aaron. Showers between Olympia and Everett at the moment, so slow down, add a little space if you're caught up in them. Let's start you up in Everett. Eastbound 526, we're down to stop and go. Backups now leaving the Boeing factory over to I-5. North 5 filling in between Lowell Road and Highway 2. Nothing heavy at all, less than 10 minutes from Everett to Marysville. The drive to Everett from Bellevue to Seattle, wide open. Linwood, South 5 at 405. That right lane of the off-ramp is blocked by maintenance crews. Here in Seattle, South 5, you're filling in through Northgate. You'll kind of thin out through the U District. North 5 now packed between the West Seattle Bridge and I-90. And then that Revive I-5 backup starts just past Mercer. About 20 minutes now to clear downtown. Southbound 405 now slow through Factoria. KIRO News Radio, real-time traffic. I'm Nate Connors.
Out of your forecast, cloudy with some light rain in the mix today. Looks like it'll be much drier overall tomorrow. Some showers increasing, though, from the south to the north. Highs in the upper 40s to low 50s. Right now, 49 degrees in downtown Seattle. I'm Aaron Granillo, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
All right, welcome back to the show. You guys missed our interview we just did with Captain Seahawk. You can find him all over the internet. Really great interview. The reason we had him on is because he was just given a testimony recently at a Senate committee on House Bill 1759.
They were taking public comment.
About making December 12th the official day to honor the 12s for all the good work that the 12s do. And they cut him off early from his statement. And Laura just pointed out during our interview that he was also just cut off on our show.
By us, yeah. He's pretty good at getting cut off. Might not have been Olympia's fault.
No, we did not do that on purpose. That was we think that was on his end.
Dropping him repeatedly as a joke?
Was that on his end?
No, it was totally on his end.
Okay.
It's just a funny coincidence.
It is a funny coincidence. He will be back on sometime. We'll have him back on, and he seems like a good dude. It's fun to put a personality behind somebody who's known for his personality and the way he dresses at Seahawks games, too. Okay. Speaking of sports and behind the scenes and putting personalities to people, there was some controversy over the weekend. Team USA men's hockey, nothing controversial about this unless you're a Canadian. They won the gold against Team Canada. Kash Patel, the director of the FBI, who was in Italy, was at the game and stopped by, and there's some audio of him partying with Team USA. And he looks like he's really partying. He's chugging beers with the guys. He seems like he's having a good time. Seems like the guys are having fun with him. Here's a little audio from that, and we could play what Kash said as to some of the inquiries about why he was there. We'll play this first. He's just going wild. That looks like a pretty fun environment.
That's where I wanted to be.
That's where I wanted to be.
It's like, jealousy's an ugly emotion. I can own it.
Listen to this. Then they all start singing.
There may be some...
Toby Keith.
Yeah, there may be...
Laura already cut this up, so we should be good.
Okay, good, because these are celebratory hockey players.
I think the song here saved us because they're singing the lyrics to the song.
Yes,
so
they
it's,
are. Yes, they are.
Let's hear this.
brought to you courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
Such a great song. So they're all singing that, having a fun time. Kash Patel's there. He's going wild. I thought, and this gives you a taste of where we're at technology-wise, I thought to myself, is this a real video or is this an AI video? Which would be they're almost indistinguishable. But Kash Patel did put out a statement saying, for the very concerned media, yes, I love America. I was extremely humbled when my friends, the newly minted gold medal winners on Team USA, invited me in the locker room to celebrate this historic moment with the boys, greatest country on earth and greatest sport on earth. So he was there in person. That was not AI. But people seem to have a problem with this. I'm not sure why. I could care less that he's there partying with them. Spike, do you have any insight into that?
You know, the initial outrage machine that hit this over the weekend was, why is this guy partying on our government's dime? Why is he taking private jet over to, or a federal government jet over to Milan to party with the hockey team? He was really against Christopher Wray, former FBI director, when he used a private jet for
a vacation or something.
Vacation.
And Kash claims, they put out a statement that he was there for official duties. He said he visited the Milan Joint Operations Center to discuss security for American athletes.
Exactly. There were 250,000 Americans estimated traveled to Milan.
So
he worked with international
would be of concern.
Yeah, he worked with international security.
It's a loose association, but did he have to be there? I don't know.
Well,
do I care that he's there? Absolutely not.
Here's the drill. You know, if you can schedule a business trip and spend a couple extra days enjoying yourself at the invitation of the players.
Is this not smart?
It's
planning?
a super. I can't knock a guy for figuring out a great way to get there.
Thank you.
He had to go anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, was he going to discuss security? Maybe before the games would have been a more effective time to discuss security. I get it. But he can learn from what you guys figure out. What'd you do wrong? What could you have done better? We got the World Cup coming here. You know, he's working with international security forces regarding security at major global events. And I give him all the kudos. And you know me, I'm not a fan.
No, I know.
I'm not a fan.
So you weren't bugged by this, which is the correct response.
Exactly.
I wasn't either.
I'm like I said, I'm a little jealous. I'll own that. It's where I wanted to be.
It's where I wanted to be.
Right? Did you see the swag this guy's walking around in?
I also did not care at all when any politician does this. If you can come up with a legit reason to be somewhere, like Gretchen Whitmer, she's the governor of Michigan. She was on a, quote, trade mission from Michigan in Italy right during the Olympics so that she could be there and go to the Women's USA Hockey Final. Sure. I have no problem with her being there.
You know, by the way, the captain of the U.S. women's team.
From Michigan.
A member of our own Seattle Torrent.
Actually, I'm sorry. The person who is, I think she's, Megan Keller is from Michigan.
Yeah.
She was on the team, and that's when
she also played her college hockey in Wisconsin.
I think the captain of the team is actually from Idaho and does play for the Torrent. You said
Okay. My apologies.
But anyway, no, you were right. I mistook. But yeah, I don't care that Kash Patel was there. I don't care that Gretchen Whitmer was there. I want people celebrating the United States of America, and I think it's fantastic that they're winning all the gold, and we get to celebrate.
Right.
These are the spoils.
One more thumb in the eye of Canada today.
Yeah.
I got no problem with that.
Let's all just laugh at Canada. Can we all rally around that? Although, can we read this tweet from Jay Inslee?
Sure, because I'm gonna tell you why it's a smart move.
Okay. Let me pull this tweet up here because I gotta find it here. Where is this tweet from Jay Inslee?
I got it. If
you have it in front of me. Yeah, read it to me.
I actually had it framed for you. It's by your desk.
Read it. I honestly didn't explain it to me. I don't understand this tweet.
Former Governor Jay Inslee on X, he tweeted on was this Sunday morning?
This must have been after.
Yeah, it must have been after the game. Yes, after the game. 2 things we love: 1, our gold medal hockey teams. 2, the entire. He didn't get the 3. 2 things we love: our gold medal hockey teams. 2, the entire nation of Canada.
I mean, okay. So what's the point of that text, or not text? What's the point of that post?
Because there's always it's great to be magnanimous in victory. He's a good sport. He still loves Canada, our largest trading partner. Right? We don't hate kids. One thing that we can have fun.
Nobody said we hate Canada, but you can still laugh at Canada, and it doesn't mean you're a bad person. He's saying like, oh, we got to make sure everybody knows we love Canada. Like, who cares? Who cares?
He did.
We're playing sports. This is the Olympics. We're winning gold medals, and they're not. So who cares that he wants to say we love Canada?
See, I'd have said 3 things I love about 3 things I love. I'd have said our gold medal hockey teams, the entire nation of Canada, and then 3, the 3-on-3 format for overtime, which they hated.
They did not like that.
See, that's good comedy.
The underlying
comedy
thing
rule
that
of
he
three.
loves, he says, we love gold medals.
Gold medal hockey
We
teams.
love Canada. And number 3, but most importantly, and then he would have said, not in this order, but he said, we also love making sure that we're taxing you as much as we can for the CCA.
My hand in your pocket.
That's what he would have said.
Yeah.
I love taking your money, and that's what I love most about anything in the world.
He did receive quite a bit of guff on social media.
Well, I just, like, there's people, listen, I'm not, he's saying something that doesn't need to be said. Nobody's saying that we actually don't like Canada. Like, who cares? Who cares? Nobody's saying we don't like Canada. They're saying we beat Canada.
Suck on that.
Who was that? Was that Tim?
Danny O'Neill.
Danny O'Neill. Yeah. Thank you, Danny O'Neill. This is the fun part about sports is you can get this kind of stuff out.
You've earned it.
And it should be fun.
That's
and
right.
you've earned it.
You've earned it when the better team won.
And if you can't hack it, don't play the game.
Right.
And Jay Inslee, he's
Step
doing
off,
cleanup
as they
because
say.
he assumes that everybody's got such soft feelings, which is ridiculous.
He always did have soft feelings and soft hands.
Good
You know,
golly.
never worked a day in his life.
Never worked it.
Never turned a shovel.
That's right, Canada. Suck on that.
Okay, we got a lot more coming up. Stick around. We got text messages. We got a ton of those to get to. We will be, and very quickly when we get back, we got to play a tiny bit of this cut from the Team Canada men's curling team.
Oh, yes.
Who prevailed.
Yes. They poked their way to gold.
How do you feel about that, Inslee? He probably loves it. He probably loves that they won gold in curling. But we don't. And we'll tell you why when we come back. Stick around.
KIRO News Radio is right there with you.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us.
On your smart speaker before you head out the door.
We continue to be in recovery mode on northbound I-5.
Watch live on YouTube or the KIRO News Radio app.
Newfangled idea of having to see the people while they're talking.
The office, the gym, wherever you are.
Get on the YouTube channel. The whole gang's there.
KIRO News Radio. 97.3 FM. Powered by MyNorthwest.com.
Sometimes we hang on to our old attorneys and coaches too long. They've been around, they've done good work. But when the legal game changes, you need a team that is hungry to win now. At Bible Law Group, we're that faster, hard-hitting legal team, ready to fight for every inch in the courtroom. With over 40 million closed for our clients, we know how to win, and we're ready to take on the biggest legal case of your career with you. Don't stick with a playbook that's gone stale. Switch to the legal team that's ready to win now. Let Bible Law Group be your linebacker in the courtroom. Find us online at BibleLawGroup.com.
Hey, folks, Spike O'Neill for Integrity Roofing and Construction. Yes, it is the rainy season. It's time to give Integrity a call at 206-202-ROOF, your trusted local roofing company. Integrity offers free estimates of their customer satisfaction. Just speaks for itself. They did a great job on my house, I can tell you personally. You can keep your home leak-free this rainy season. Visit IntegrityRC.com. Schedule a free roof assessment or video inspection today. They got years of experience in roofing and restoration. Don't wait until the next storm hits. Schedule your free estimate today. Visit IntegrityRC.com.
Pizza's here. Oh, great. I'd love some, but I'm worried about my stomach issues.
If you're worried about having diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, or loose, oily stools, it may not just be stomach issues. It could be a condition called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI. With EPI, the pancreas doesn't release enough enzymes to break down food, but EPI is manageable. Use the symptom checker on identifyepi.com and talk to your doctor. That's identifyepi.com. Sponsored by AbbVie.
Jackson Hewitt knows taxes are complicated, and with multiple jobs and tax forms, they're like Sonata complicated. Our no surprise pricing keeps things simple. Jackson Hewitt does your taxes for only $149 or less. And since we know all the new tax codes, you could get thousands back. So what are you waiting for? Hurry. File with Jackson Hewitt today for only $149 or less, guaranteed. Limited time offer for new clients on federal returns. Participating locations only. Terms at jacksonhewitt.com/149.
Big Trees is Washington's premier tree sales and transplant company. Looking for a big selection of big trees? Visit Big Trees in Snohomish or BigTreeSupply.com.
Beauty, privacy, instantly.
The stock market was on fire in 2025 due to AI and tech stocks. Now is the time to set a strategy for 2026. It's a good opportunity to lock in those gains and invest into a stable platform. With $8 trillion in cash sitting on the sidelines, investors are either scared or unsure where to go. Hi, I'm Scott Rireka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Thank you, Dr. Wagner. I have a really bad left hip. In fact, this other doctor's like, well, you're going to have to get a hip replacement. I was like, oh my God. He goes, how old are you? I told him, well, you're going to have to wait a couple of years because we don't want you to wear the hip out. We want you and the hip to both go to heaven together. I was like, well, in the meantime, well, try stretching, aspirin. I was like, I'm not doing that. I'm in pain. I can't sleep. I could barely walk. I'd get off a plane and I'm like struggling to even make it down the ramp. I go to see Dr. Wagner. He explains to me how the stem cell procedure works. It's 90 minutes, and I'm telling you right now, I love it. So rather than surgery, make an appointment to see Dr. Wagner. It could be the game changer for you, like it's been for a whole bunch of other people as well. So whether it's your hip or your wrist or your shoulder, your knee, check out Dr. Mark Wagner. I'm telling you right now, stem cell procedure could be the answer for you, as it's been for me. You want to find out more? drmarkwagnermd.com. That's drmarkwagnermd.com.
Amazon Business empowers leaders with smart business buying tools, leaving time to focus on strategy and growth. Free up your teams and focus on your future at amazonbusiness.com.
All right, welcome back to the show. Too much fun today. Thank you guys all for hanging out with us and sending in all your text messages. The Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line, which is at 888-973-5476. Also, we just really appreciate you guys spending time with us. It's a choice you're making every day from noon to 3. You might be in your car. You might be in between work deliveries. You might be in between visiting people for home health reasons. Whatever you're doing, that you're spending time with us, we hope that we get you where you're going in a friendly way. And I hope you're having fun.
Glad you spent the time with us.
Yeah, it's awesome. Yeah. All right, we have to play this audio. I got to play this audio real fast before we get to the text messages. Canadian men won gold medal for curling. Now, this is despite that video that went viral of the Canadian men seemingly, I don't want to be sued by the Canadians, but seemingly being caught in what looks like a double touch, which would be cheating if this is what they were doing. If you do it unintentionally, there is a rule where you can brush it as it's going past the hog line, but you're not supposed to release it and then touch it again.
To affect its direction or flow.
There you go. And it seems like it was. So at the press conference for their gold medal winning team, the Canadians addressed everyone out there. I'm going to play you this clip real fast. Listen to this.
Well, I don't think we're a team that needs any more motivation. But when some things went down this week and people were using some pretty outrageous words like cheating, associating that with our team. I'll guarantee you that only motivated us further to go out and prove to everyone that we're the best team, that we are also one of the best and now at the top of the podium, and I would say the best team in the world. And that, Canada and curling in Canada is special to us. It means a lot to us. Integrity means
we will literally do anything to win.
Means a lot to us. And, we wanted to go out there and prove everyone wrong and rise to the top of the podium. And I will.
Again, literally doing anything we need to do to get to the top of the podium. These are my words, not theirs.
I'll say, for anyone who called us cheaters, for anyone who said negative things about Mark Kennedy, about us, about Canada, about our families, I hope that the image of us standing on top of the podium, embracing one another, smiling ear to ear with our gold medals is burned into your brain forever.
You know what's burned into?
Oh, man.
Man, these Canadians. Here's the thing. Sports reveals a lot about character.
Yes, absolutely.
And I really do feel like the Canadians' character has been. Everybody thinks of a Canadian as kind of like, oh, shucks, let's be nice to each other.
Best neighbor you could possibly have there, eh?
Hey, let's not get mad at each other. What are you talking about? I really feel like that's what they've been selling. But then when I watch some of these athletes getting caught up in scandals and losing,
Mm-hmm.
that reveals a lot about somebody. We've seen it now across many different sports, this Olympics. And what they're referring to here is not just allegations, but literal video that people can watch. You have the Swedish team who is saying they're refusing to let go of this allegation because they're trying to get it pressed with the Olympic Committee and all these different things. When you have video footage of somebody doing something, that's different than just an allegation of saying like, hey, we think we saw. When there's literally a 4K camera catching this.
Because the guy said, look, this has been going on for 7-8 years. These Canadians with the double poke.
That's what the allegation is, which is why they set up a camera.
Set up these cameras, and then the Canadians are crying victim. Hey, they filmed us.
Why are you filming us doing something like that?
Yeah, they set up the secret camera.
It drives me crazy. All right, let's read some of these text messages.
Yeah.
Let's get to some of these. All right, Laura, fire away.
On state spending, Cliff in Woodinville says it's not our job to find where to cut. That needs to be handled by the politicians. But if they cut what we want and we're still over budget, then they should make an across-the-board percentage cut to all programs to balance the budget. Folks make this much more complicated than necessary.
Spike, can you read the 425?
Sure. It says, I agree. Don't just, I think it's maybe directed at you. Don't just whine, it says. Don't just whine. Say specifically what you think the excess is. Where would you cut? Where are they overspending?
Okay, education. I think they're spending massively on education.
Yeah.
We have a proposed budget of nearly $80 billion. More than half of the budget goes towards education spending. As we said earlier in the show, and this is not just a whine, but if they're talking about getting credit for cutting 3% across the board, when your budget has grown by 66% in the last 5 years, 6 years, I'm sorry, because it's 2026, but this is a biennium that they're talking about here. If the budget has grown by 66%, cutting 3% means bupkis. So for 425, all those people needs to have dramatic reductions in salary. I have no problem with that. Last week I went through administrators in the state, how much they're making, how much they're getting paid. Those are very specific for 425.
Yeah,
so thank you for your asking. Happy to suggest those also to local lawmakers. I would happily sign off on any of those cuts.
Why don't you read the next, the U.S. men's hockey team?
And the U.S. men's hockey team winning gold and honoring a player.
Buddy.
Joel in Big Lake says the U.S. men's hockey team, bringing out the two little kids of the player, Johnny Gaudreau, that passed away, had me crying snot bubbles.
Oh, that's such a hockey thing.
Snot bubbles?
Oh, such a hockey thing.
That was one of the, that's probably, I think, the most endearing moment that I will take away from this Olympics. Was seeing those kids on the ice being remembered by all the players, their dad being remembered by all the players, in a way that, I mean, honestly, his son was turning 2 that day.
Yeah, that was a beautiful
Sadly,
moment.
Won't have a lot of memories, if any,
of his dad.
Of his dad. But he will have that picture along with everything else, and he will remember how much people loved his dad, and what a special thing that is.
I think that and then Alyssa Liu, the joy that girl skated with.
Oh my gosh!
Right, this has been a pretty great Olympic.
Yeah.
Chuck in Lake Forest Park says, regarding Canadians' poor sportsmanship, quote, how a person wins tells you something of their character. How they lose tells it all.
Ooh. That's right, Canada. Suck on that.
Thanks, Andrew.
On Laura's grandparents, I should say, taking on New York the weekend of the historic blizzard. Goodfellas says 84 is not old. Maybe 94, 104. They could be called elderly.
84 is not old. Huh?
Hey, it's how you feel.
That's true.
I watched Paul Anka.
Anytime somebody describes you as years young, you're old.
I watched Paul Anka give an interview this last weekend, and the guy's making sex jokes.
Paul Anka?
Paul Anka, at like 90.
Isn't that Jason Bateman's father-in-law?
Is he really?
Can you look that up real fast? I'll look it up real fast.
Anyway, you're as old as somebody let you feel.
Paul Anka.
Read Elaine.
Elaine says, Laura, tell your grandmother that I just finished 1929 last night at her recommendation. Great book.
Yeah, we gotta get Peg back.
Paul Anka is Jason Bateman's father-in-law.
Nice. Look at that.
He's married. Jason Bateman's married to his daughter. That's how that works. Paul Anka also, I believe, wrote the song "My Way." He was like phenom when he was younger.
He is a phenom.
Most popular figure skating song ever, by the way.
My Way?
I think so.
Nice.
How many routines have you seen with My Way? Quite a few.
Associated with
the Sinatra
movies.
song?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's a figure skating song?
Oh, yeah.
It's also like a song at like celebrations of life. Everything. All right, Spike, read one last one, then we got to go.
Oh, man. Oh, gosh.
Captain Seahawk.
Read it quickly.
Okay. Hee-Haw Aaron says that guy who cut him off is definitely a 40 Winer fan.
Yeah, let's leave it there.
Yeah, and the minute he said you for a 49 fan, you're out of time.
Get out of here. All right, thank you guys for hanging out with us today. John Curley's coming up next. We'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
You never know what's in store each morning once you hit the road.
We've got a major traffic alert in effect right now.
While you're getting ready every morning, make us part of your routine.
What morning, huh?
Yeah. Got off to an early start.
Just tell your smart speaker to play KIRO News Radio or stream us on the app.
Both directions of I-5 are closed.
We'll help you get where you're going faster.
Maybe bail at 512.
KIRO News Radio. We're on your smart speaker, the app, and 97.3 FM.
Your old furnace ain't nice, and your toes are like ice.
DayandNight.net.
Save $1,700 when you have Day and Night match your current furnace with a qualifying AC or heat pump.
Your furnace is lonely all by itself, but it doesn't have to be. With our Matchmaker Special, we'll match your furnace with a perfect air conditioner or heat pump to keep your furnace company and your home comfy all year round.
Match your furnace to a qualifying cooling system and save $1,700.
DayandNight.net.
Adopt US Kids presents What to Expect When You're Expecting. A teenager. Learning the lingo.
Today I'm going to help parents translate teen slang. Now, when a teen says something is on fleek, it's exactly like saying, that's rad. It simply means that something is awesome or cool. Another one is totes. It's exactly like saying, totally, just shorter. As in, I totes love going to the mall with Becca. Another word you might hear is jelly. Jelly is a shorter, better way to say jealous. As in, Chloe, I am like so jelly of your unicorn phone case.
You don't have to speak teen to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will think you're, rad just the same. To learn more, visit adoptuskids.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, Adopt U.S. Kids, and the Ad Council.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Flace with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Kids are full of energy, but keeping them active in their teen years can be a challenge. Aim for an hour of physical activity every day. If they like sports, that's a great place to start. Keep the focus on fun, not winning, and encourage your child to do a variety of activities. If your child isn't meeting that 60-minute goal, gradually increase their activity in ways they enjoy. For more, talk with your pediatrician or visit healthychildren.org.
This is what it's all about, right?
The Seahawks win Super Bowl 60.
The pure joy.
To beat the Patriots, especially in the 49ers Stadium, it means everything.
It's a great time to be alive for Seattle fans.
It's why we're 12s.
Just like Mike McDonald said, we did not care.
We got a parade to get to.
Seattle will hold a victory parade Wednesday.
We are the home of your Super Bowl champion Seahawks.
They are bringing the Lombardi back to the Northwest.
KIRO News Radio.
Guys, did you know your testosterone level impacts your energy, libido, sleep, weight, hair loss, mood, and even ED? And right now, Revive Men's Health Seattle will check your testosterone for free. They've helped thousands of men since 2011 feel and perform better. They're so confident they can help you, they even guarantee it. Schedule your free testosterone test, exam, and consultation today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com.
Your best source for local news. KIRO News Radio.